jersey. It has my last name on it.
I got an autographed Troy Aikman Sports Illustrated cover framed on the wall right in front of me.
Oh, which one is it?
Hello,
Is it the one
friends. Mark Holmes here with people that are talking in the background.
What?
Oh, he's trying to go live.
We are live. We're doing it live. Okay.
Fuck it. Do it live.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. And unfortunately, we had people who don't understand about going live means you shut the fuck up in the background. See, what you really have to understand is...
Remember, I'm the motherfucking fucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me the
respect. That's right, Mark. You've always called the shots, right?
We're gonna have a problem. A bad one.
A bad problem.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Now get the fuck out of here, okay? All right, I see Roland's Re. What's up, Roland? Frank, Joseph. I see Sugar Daddy. I see Patricio. Of course, I have Troy Daniels in here. I've got my man D2 Stu. I got Brother Roz. Who's got the camera? Oh, there he is. I was going to say, we're looking at the top of a Dolphins hat. And, of course, we got me up in this mother humper. And we got, of course, all you guys. How you guys doing? This is where you can talk now.
Oh, gee, thanks. We're doing good, sir. I'm doing good.
I'm great.
Okay.
Great. Just loving the weekend. It's the holiday weekend and sit around to do nothing. There you go.
Well, I was enjoying mine real good. I see Alan Williams, David Puno, or Panino, or I'm talking about. Okay, forgive me. I hate that. I can't pronounce names. There's Tim. There's Kat. There's Dak. Oh lordy. Oh, Dak Delusional Fans is in, and he said, "No worries, we good with Connor McGovern." Well, Zach Martin rates out at what, like 91? I think Connor McGovern ranks out about, I think, 61. That's a little bit of a drop. You guys, when you guys heard about Zach Martin being out, what was your response?
We get to find out what McGovern can do.
It's the next man. It's that next man up mentality. You've got to make sure that you're ready to go. Literally,
it's gonna hurt having an all-pro guard out, but ain't shit we can do about it.
Hopefully,
Who is Zach Martin?
Our all-pro right guard.
You're a funny motherfucker, okay?
Yeah, the guy that they waited too long to put out a tackle last year because he can play both. Hopefully, we don't have to see that ever again. Tyron said he was going to play a 17-game schedule, so knock on wood.
Let's hope it comes down to it that he can do it. I mean, you gotta face facts. A 16 or a 17 game on a lineman is, especially an offensive lineman, is going to be rough on their knees, and
it's going to be rough on all these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I heard maybe there might be some gamesmanship involved.
It's no gamesmanship. Once you're on the COVID list, somebody said that in my stream when it first happened. There's no gamemanship on that. The way the rules are, if you test positive for it, after the symptoms dissipate, you've got to go 48 hours without any symptoms before. What the fuck are you doing?
I was just checking if you were okay. I mean, you know, because you did this stream already. I was just messing with you.
But okay, you know what?
You'll eventually get used to his
I see.
subtle humor.
Was he one of those that did get his shot?
Fire out.
Was he one of those
fire.
Oh boy.
Let's not go down the COVID rabbit hole again.
Yeah, because having some of the conversations and some of the comments that you get were kind of crazy as I was listening through them and stuff. But
hey, hold on, Mark. I'll be right back. I got to readjust my settings Okay. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we got a couple minutes before the draft.
Okay.
The thing with the whole situation right now is how well are we going to be able to take care of that front of Tampa Bay's? At least Lyle Collins is a full go, supposedly. That helps to mitigate that some. But we also have Brandon Knight is actually on the list because of close contact. So that could end up being an issue as well, although we do have Ty Nsekhe and we do have Terrence Steele. But this is where you start looking at this and saying, do the Cowboys have a handle on this shit? Because you think about how many guys we've already had on the list. We've already exceeded what we had last year.
I'm listening, but I'm putting the Discord link in the box right.
Okay. But this is the thing to worry about because remember, we had CD, we had Joseph Hooker, we had Connor Williams, right?
Malik.
Malik Hooker. At least I didn't say TJ Hooker, okay?
It's all good.
But you had.
After a while, you lose track of your hookers.
Oh, Lordy, here we go. You and the damn jokes. Okay. No, but seriously, though, this seems to be continuing to go through the Dallas Cowboys. Without a doubt. We've had literally now, is it 8 guys already? Plus a coach. So, what happened? And here it is now, you've got offensive line. What happens if we got a couple more offensive linemen that have been in that room practicing and around Zack as well? Then we got a big problem.
That's
So-
not good.
So was he one of those that was vaccinated then, as I was asking before?
Yes,
Oh, he was. Okay.
he was. And in which case, it's good that he's at least vaccinated because then that means you can get back sooner than later. If you haven't
Right.
been vaccinated, it's 10 days minimum. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So
Hey.
for him, it has to be symptoms have to dissipate.
Right.
For 48 hours, you get 2 tests 24 hours apart, and if you pass those, you're back. So it's just not enough time between now and Thursday. If it
Thursday,
were a
yeah,
Sunday
exactly.
game, then
That would be a push to get him back by Thursday
Right.
for sure. I say just let him rest and make sure he's got his strength up.
well, yeah. I mean, at this point, he's on the list. He's not coming off of it, so he's already out. I wonder if that changes the Vegas line any bigger or not.
Hard to say.
34-31 Dallas. I've been saying it for a couple weeks. I'm going to stick with it, see what happens.
Well, I still think Dallas is going to get the win. I mean, that's me. And how do I change this?
It's the first year. As much preseason as they've had, it's the first game of the year. So if there's ever going to be a chance to maybe see the Tampa Bay defense not quite on point and take advantage of some things, it'd be week 1.
Yeah. I think they're going to be okay. I don't think there's going to be any problem with them. I think they're going to do just fine. It's just a matter now of how they handle it and proceed from there. Make sure that next man mentality is amongst that team so that they can, just in case, heaven forbid, we have a mass disaster up front during the game, but to make sure that they definitely have the manpower available. I don't know if they're going to call somebody off of the practice squad in the interim or.
Well, you know what? Sean Simmons, Philly TV, wait a minute. Philly 500 has matrimonial duties, unlike me. How about you kiss my high yellow ass, motherfucker?
Can I just say something
What's
about
that?
Philly and his matrimonial? He says it's matrimonical with a C, by the way.
Mhm. Yeah, go
He's
ahead.
funny. He's funny. That's all I got to say.
I thought you were going to say something about it. Okay, you said, can I say something about it? And then you didn't say anything.
His matrimonial duties.
Matrimonial, yeah, he's a nut. That video he put out there yesterday. That
I was going to say, do you have him saying that in any of your videos there, Mike?
no. You know what? Here's how you can tell that the Eagles know the season's fucking over. The fact that it's a week before the season starts, And, he's been working on this video for literally a week. Because he's been like, man, he's like, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming for your meats, man. And I'm like, okay. He's like, seriously, I'm getting you and Bad Dog, man. But it's taking a lot of time to get this thing together. And I'm kind of like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing a video, and it's going to be great if I can never get it finished. So here it is. Cowboy fans, we're focusing in on who's on the COVID list, how we're going to go ahead and attack Tampa Bay and what our season's going to be like. He's sitting here working on a dig video of me and Bad Dog. So, he's thinking, this season's over. I got to find something to do.
It sounds like.
I'm like, man, I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you.
By the way, Mark, I like where you put the white helmet. That looks good.
Yeah, I'm still working on this. I actually got out here yesterday, and I've been working more and more on the set, trying to get it together.
I'm glad it got to you safely and in good shape.
Yeah, I see JMU's out of place here. There we go.
Yeah, JMU's a little out of shape there.
Hey. Don't talk about my Dukes, okay? All right, don't talk about.
Hey, I've got a lot of respect for James Madison. They really, next to my Weber State Wildcats in that the FCS, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're right up there with James Madison. They played them pretty tough in the title game a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, JMU has actually been really good. I still say Division I AA because that's what it was back in my day. But then I was also a nose guard, which doesn't exist either. So we've got how much time? We've got 18 minutes for the draft, right?
Yep. If you give me a share screen, I'll pop that up for you.
I thought I already put it up there.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Isn't it?
Yep. It wasn't earlier, but it is now.
See, I'm on the ball here.
What
Eagle
the hell's
fans
going on around
on
here?
a Dallas Cowboy channel.
What the hell's going on around here?
Stu is sharing the screen. There we go.
All right, I got to bring up my little.
What am I? Where am I in this thing? I know my team is going to be ass.
I know I'm not going to get what I wanted.
Wait a minute, I'm the third pick. I thought I was way down on this.
No, you finished. My little runner couldn't run this time.
I thought I was like ass down towards the bottom. I know David Wiley's last, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
The chef. Okay.
So, how's JS5 coming along? Or is everybody responded for that one?
We'll get to that in a minute. We got a couple people in it, and we'll be dropping a link. No, I don't want to leave the meeting.
Buck Skull Gang in the house. Oh, Lordy. He's saying that the Bucks will win Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, with what team?
It's a rumor there, guys. Stu, what are you putting up in here?
Oh, look at that. I like that background. That's a good background.
You like that? I'm trying to find our pictures. Here we are.
Uh-oh. Don't come through some nude pictures up here, buddy.
Hey, you see my screen. Dallas Cowboys, sir.
I don't want to find out. Oh, shit. Stu. Okay.
I'm just trying to get this to where I can see the
Sean Simmons, you love talking about my team.
That's going to be it.
So great. What's so great about the Cowgirls? Yeah, Bucks win 42-14. Damn.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'd rather go in there with people thinking that we don't don't have a chance. I would rather that because the expectations, you guys are supposed to win. No, we weren't supposed to win. So if we win, if we happen to sneak a victory out, it's like, oh, my God. But when people are saying, the Cowboys should blow through this team and then we don't, then, of course, you get all the hate. So we got nothing to lose.
I'm actually kind of pleased where I'm drafting 6. I mean, at least I don't have to wait and see all of the players I want go off the board in between picks like I did last week.
It's obvious Tampa Bay is the Super Bowl winners playing in their home stadium that they won the Super Bowl in. So, okay, they're favored.
That's the visitors.
If you're going to pitch them as winning the game, don't be talking about wiping us out by 40 points. That's just silly.
Oh, my gosh.
With the offense that we got, you're never going to do that.
let's just put it this way: Kansas City's line did not play in that game. If they had played,
well, they got rid of both of the tackles.
I know that's crazy.
They replaced them. Like
Kansas City had
we
played,
got our ass kicked with you guys, so we can get rid of your ass. Here's an interesting thing, because there's I always say perception versus reality. Now, the perception right now is that Tampa Bay is, invincible. They're the greatest football team, since the history of football and everything else. But the reality is they played better than the teams that they faced during the playoffs. I'm not going to put them up on this pedestal that they are, the San Francisco 49ers with Joe Montana on offense and the 85 Bears, but that's what it feels like they're being made out of. I'll take the Washington football team, for example. Everybody, Washington is so good. Here's the thing. I sent to you, Roz and Stewart. This is actually an interesting take. There were 19 teams with the same record or better record than the Washington football team last year. Think about that.
They're pounding their chest over what?
So there was only 12 teams with a worse record than Washington.
I was going to say 7-9 wasn't even good enough to make it into the AFC playoffs.
I thought you were talking about Tampa Bay for a minute.
No. I was
Washington.
giving an example of perception versus reality, because the Vikings had the same record as Washington, but everybody thinks Washington's head and shoulders better than the Vikings. But I dare say the Vikings had a tougher division than the NFC East, right? The Bears were 8-8. It's a better record than Washington, again, in a better division, right? The Cardinals, 8-8, and arguably what you could say was the toughest division in football, with the Rams, Seattle, and the 49ers, right? I mean, you look at that, but what the Rams and Seattle did, them going 8-8 looks a hell of a lot better than Washington going 7-9 in the NFC East. New England, even with the Bills and Miami, were 7-9, same record as Washington. And even the Raiders, this one blew me away. The Raiders had a better record than the Washington football team. But people will say, Washington's so much better than the Raiders. Are they?
I was going to say, how many teams didn't make the playoffs last year that had a better record than 7-9?
Oh, shit. Miami? I know
exactly.
Ross, right there. The Cardinals, the Bears.
It's 2021. We all
the
have
Raiders. Huh?
I can't wait.
Exactly. It's your record 0-0.
Yep. Not according to the talking heads, because it was funny because NFL executives said that the Cowboys are about the 7th best team in the NFC, which is kind of
crying out loud.
Well, no, actually, that's about where it's. I mean, if you look at the polls, most of the polls have us between like 13 and 16.
Lucky number 7. I'll take that.
I mean, and quite frankly, you look at that. How can you be rated, as one of the top teams coming off an abysmal year? You just don't. I would rather be underrated than overrated.
I was thrilled to hear you say 7 the other day. I was surprised.
I mean, think about it. You've got Green Bay. That's you got Tampa Bay, of course, that won the Super Bowl. You can't say we're rated above them unless we happen to beat them. You got Green Bay, right? They were definitely better. New Orleans. I'm not sure New Orleans will be without Drew Brees or not. Well, the jury's out. You got to look at Seattle. Last year was probably at this moment is a better team. You got to look at the Rams. Right? Now, they have the 49ers. I'm not ready to say the 49ers are better than the Cowboys just yet. And then they have the Cowboys. It's kind of hard to argue with saying that those teams are possibly better than the Cowboys, at least at this moment, coming off of what happened last year. What would you take out of that one? The only one I would say would be maybe the 49ers.
Here you go. Here you go. We're making the prediction.
NFC champion? Okay.
Be nice, but one game at a time.
It's the NFC Championship East Championship hat.
Okay.
No,
I don't know if
that should be a given, but I don't want to jinx it either.
I'm not even going to say it's a given.
The way I look at it with the execs picking us 7 is, everything that we feel about Dak coming back, what he means to the team, Robert Quinn being the defensive coordinator, the energy that he's putting in that defense, the guys that he brought in, like Keanu Neal, Kazi, the draft picks. It just tells me that the NFL executives feel positive about it like we do, enough that we're number 7, and I'll take.
Yeah, I think I'd take 7. if they do win the East, great. The more power to them. They secure
Clinton,
what
sorry.
at worst the number 4 seed.
Well, but here's what's even funnier though, where they place Washington at 10.
Oh, jeez.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
4
sorry.
picks one game, 4 touchdowns the next. Washington should beat.
If you are on the bandwagon of the Giants will be better than they were last year with Daniel Jones, this will be his 3rd year, and Barkley will be back, and Barkley could decide the division, then you look at it from that standpoint and you say, well, if the Giants are better than last year and they beat Washington twice last year, it's going to make it tougher for Washington to get more victories. If you believe having Dak Prescott back makes the Cowboys better, then again, that's going to be tougher games, of course, for Washington as well. That did get 2 victories over the Cowboys, which is going to make it tougher for the Washington team. The Eagles, we know that they're just ass. So,
time out on that one, though. If we're talking about the last 3 teams in the division, Ross pointed out he thinks Philadelphia is the one with the shot, if we slip, to take the division, not Washington, not New York. And do we know that Barkley's playing week 1 yet, Ross?
He's playing, they say, but he won't be 100%.
Be limited?
Yeah.
See, I've also heard that if he wasn't 100%, they weren't going to play him. So we'll see what happens. I don't have any shares of Barkley this year in fantasy, not only because he's a Giant, but I don't want to play with the injury when you can get a guy that's just as valuable that you don't have to worry about. To go off topic from actual NFL, but Roger,
I can tell you that the Giants organization, while they would prefer to have Barkley on the field, there hasn't been any shift from he must be 100% available and comfortable to be able to play. So I think what that's going to come down to is he doesn't play if there is some reason to believe that he is physically not ready. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to see him on the field.
Yeah, but the question
is going to be
the bigger question is how long. I'm sorry, but in my mind, you're getting close to that bus category.
What injury is he coming off of again? Was it a knee injury?
Yeah.
ACL.
Yeah.
ACL. Yeah, he's probably not going to be 100%, but heck, look what Dak did with his ankle. They figured he would probably be out first 3 weeks of the season because of the timetable that they had set for him. But look where he's at.
Look, this is outside of analytics, all right? This is me based on all the years. I personally believe that the injuries are behind Barkley. Same way we saw Dalvin Cook finally put him behind him last year. Again, that's outside of analytics. Analytics will tell you that it's going to take him an entire year to get fully comfortable back in the game.
Right. What was Dalvin's injury? Do you remember? I can't remember.
Same thing.
Barkley's one of those guys that's built different. People talk about all the muscles that he has, even around his knee. He's just a freak. So,
Snoopy wants to know, which is this is an interesting question here with Cam from It's Snoopy. FYI, the last Peanuts cartoon came out the year that Tom Brady was drafted, in the year 2000. He wants to know, should the Cowboys sign Cam Newton? Well, the Cowboys at the moment only have $228,000, so that's kind of a moot point. But if they did have some money to spend, what do y'all think?
The problem is Cam doesn't want to sign anywhere as a backup. He's waiting.
He wants to play.
Yeah.
No, he's already said that he'd be willing to take a backup spot. That came out.
So the market.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Well, it might come down to him not being vaccinated, and I don't want to touch the COVID rabbit hole again today.
Especially since we are already dealing with a lot of COVID cases.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that we're not going to have some other guys test positive between now and Thursday.
To be honest, I like this Greer kid that they
T-minus 4 minutes.
There we go.
Okay.
I like this Greer kid that they got from Carolina when Carolina let him go. I really think Greer is a big, huge improvement over what they had.
Well, it's a difference, though. I mean, he's better with his legs, too.
DiNucci and Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
But then why keep
Speaking of which,
Bendinucci?
what did they do with Cooper? Did they stash him into the practice squad, or?
I
No,
mean,
Cooper's the backup.
given the two, give me Cooper. Gilbert was a slight surprise. What do you know about Greer, Roz? You're the Debbie guy that plays college ball, so I'm sure you're familiar with what you thought of him coming out.
Greer's an Alex Smith type. He's a game manager, but he's fully capable of running an NFL offense. You're not going to get anything special athletic out of him. I'd have to dig deeper into his his profile to give you more than that.
I watched him in a couple of games when he was with West Virginia. He looked pretty good. I mean, he, like you said, Ross, he is a good game manager. He knew the situation. He knew what he needed to do and get that play in and get that team where he needed to go. He's got a good arm on him. There's no doubt about it.
Philly D, shut your mouth, man.
Well, and
remember
too that he's been in the NFL now 3 years.
Yeah.
So there's many things he could have improved, learned, and trained on. Again, I don't have his profile right in front of me, so once we get past 3 years, the profile itself is usually irrelevant.
Pardon me for 1 second. Philadelphia Eagle says, I think people are sleeping on these Eagles.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
Okay. All right.
Who's sleeping on Philadelphia?
Philadelphia says he thinks people are sleeping on those Eagles.
Well, Philadelphia year 0-0, just like us. So,
yeah.
You know what? Philadelphia will be fine once they clean up all the flooding off the Schuylkill.
I guess we'll find out how good they are in week 3 when they come to Dallas.
Greer, what I heard, I think it was Kavanaugh talking about him. I can't remember who, but if he's got a clean pocket, he can operate fine. But when you flush him out, he struggles.
You mean
frustration?
You mean he gets the Ben DiNucci?
If not, fuck.
You mean he gets the Ben DiNucci's?
Pocket quarterback.
Sounds like that's what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I just wonder what they're going to do. Now, are they going to keep 3 quarterbacks?
At the very least,
at the moment we got 3. We got 4.
COVID situation. At the very least, he gives us hope for developmental upside.
Right.
We already know what Cooper Rush is, and we don't want to see any more.
And quite frankly, Cooper Rush and Ben DiNucci are the same guy, so it's kind of like, you got the same thing with either of them.
Don't disrespect Cooper like that.
With Nussmeier, do you think Nussmeier can develop?
Well, Nussmeier coached him.
That's the connection.
That's the connection.
Is that the connection?
Yeah.
So he's familiar with what Greer can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Now it's just a matter of fine tuning those skills then to match an NFL setting.
Could be.
Let's face it. We don't ever want to see Greer in there, but God forbid.
Yeah, true.
What happens when we get that far down?
We got 20 seconds here, guys.
For him.
We got 20 seconds to start this draft.
Yeah,
shout out to everybody that's in Philly D. Hey, Philly D, read between the lines, buddy. Read between the lines, okay? It's Snoopy, Tay, let's see. The Bucs are overrated and likely have lost Super Bowl.
The best day of the year.
Woo.
Draft day.
Woohoo!
Who has their website sound on?
Don't look at me.
I'm not even on the website.
That's probably me. It's off now. When in doubt, blame me, Roz. You know that. I'm the technical non-genius.
What an idiot!
No, because it's gonna kick out every single time.
What an idiot!
I turned it off.
I've got mine off.
I don't even have it loaded up on my site because I've got a GM.
You're going to let your GM take care of things, right?
You know what? I'm just going to be like Jerry Jones, and I'm going to go get me some of my good liquor here. Hold on.
Well,
I got to run to 7-Eleven.
Mark. Really? Killing me, Smalls. He's got 1 minute and 40 seconds, and I might change my mind here. Ooh. Do we stay with what the boss wants, Or do we change it up a little bit?
Boom.
And there he is. You're lucky, Mark. You don't give two shits. He wants some of Jobu's rum. Mark says it's Labor Day weekend. I don't care. I want to drink.
We're on the clock?
Hey.
Shit. Holy.
You're on the clock. You're on the clock, Mark.
You're
Damn,
lucky
that
you're
was
still on the
fast.
clock. I was about to change my mind, but I'm going to
Change your mind to what?
I'm going to keep you happy. I'm going to go where you want me to
You
go.
know that old Dak Prescott. You know, he got me by the nuts there. He knows that he is the best quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
All 5 teams, Dak Prescott, Mark Holmes, Jobu Mutz, round 1.
You know what? You talking about living and dying by the sword. That's what we're going to do. We're only going to go as far as Dak Prescott's arm takes us, son. All right.
Patrick Mahomes just came off the board, it looks like.
Quarterback run, anybody?
No, this could not be. This could
Mark
not
draft Zach
could not
Wilson.
go better.
Okay. Mark's wants
3
some
quarterbacks in a row. Y'all making
we want some glory holes up in here.
To point out, in a typical 1 quarterback league, you don't see quarterbacks go to about 3 through 5.
But you know,
But
good
it's
old Mark
not a
Holmes,
typical-
he's up in there
it's not a
stirring that
typical
shit up.
quarterback league. This is the Jobu Sports Report, and we mess with shit around here.
We stir that shit up, man. You know how we roll up in here because basically Mark Holmes, he's a
What an idiot! What an idiot!
Good golly.
you know he's an idiot here. All right, so what's going on here in the draft so far? Troy Daniels is picking. What are
My
you picking?
quarterback got taken. That's what got.
Are you talking
What's
about
going on?
Dak Prescott, or
No,
are you
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
Carson
Patrick.
Wentz?
There's your
One
draft board.
Cruz.
McCaffrey went, then Dalvin Cook, Dak, Pat Mahomes, and Tom Brady. Mike J went with Tom Brady.
Oh, somebody took Tom Brady already? Wow.
Juan Cruz, you the man.
All right.
You the man,
Well,
Juan
I'm
Cruz.
debating between Mr. Allen and Jackson there.
I was playing with our team name in the settings, Mark, and it
Yeah.
asked where you're from. So, none your business. Jobu's Mutz.
All
Where you
righty.
from?
I hate to do it,
None
but
your business.
I think they're going to be pretty good this year.
Aaron
I'll take
Rodgers.
Aaron.
All
I'll
right.
take him.
All
I
right,
think he's
all
going to
right,
do
all right.
pretty good this year.
Sorry, Clifton, you don't get Dak, sir.
Because I didn't think Aaron Rodgers was going to be there, to be honest with you, in the next round. So
So,
I
so,
had to take him.
so in other words, we've just fucked up the whole draft here. All these quarterbacks going off the board now, huh?
Yeah. Do you know how many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Four in the top 8.
I think in JSR 1 it was only three that went off in the first round. Typically, again, you'll see like Pat Mahomes come off early in the 3rd round, and you'll start seeing like your Mahomes, your Josh Allen, anywhere you see those guys going, Kyler Murray. I'll go Dak where others will go with those guys. But that's because, obviously, I love Dak. But also, in fantasy purposes, while I don't think he's going to be on pace for 6,000 yards, look at the weapons around him. And he was QB1 on a points per game basis just last year. So, right with my guy, our guy.
All right. Juan Cruz again. Mark is the boss.
Wow.
No, you the boss. Juan.
So,
San Antonio
1,001
Avengers, Zeke at 8.
And we got 2 new channel members earlier today. A super fan and a Mojo Club fan member. Make sure you guys email me at cowboysmark94@gmail so that way I can get you your shot glass because we might need to be doing a whole lot of drinking this year because you know Jerry Jones makes us drink.
Wow, we're almost into round 2 already. Wow.
You know what's? I'm busting on Tom Brady right now because he's old. Okay, you know how old Tom Brady is. When Tom Brady came into the NFL, it only been 5 years since we had won the Super Bowl. Look at Stu's like, shut the fuck up, Mark. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Those were my good old days. I was just getting out of high school back then.
Okay.
Bill Thor, Seth, just to answer his question in the chat, this is not a super flex league.
Oh, we're on the clock.
Yeah, no, I'll point out again, this is not normal to have quarterbacks come off this early, but Dak Prescott is central to this show. Mark, you're no bigger Dak fan than Mark Holmes.
Wait. You mean Zeke is still there?
We started the quarterback run in all 5 leagues by taking
Are you
Dak
saying
with our first pick in all 5
Zeke
leagues.
is still there? Are you saying?
So what are you thinking about Mr.
Stu
Rogers there?
Stu
and Ross? Oh,
What, Mark? What?
Zeke's still on the board?
Do what?
Zeke, we're up, aren't we? We're the 22nd pick?
Yeah, we got like 5 picks to go.
I know, right. So we're picking now.
Yeah.
So
No.
I said, huh?
No, you're not picking right
We're
now.
over here. We got
my
1,
bad,
2,
my
3,
bad.
4, 5, 6 more picks to
never
go.
mind. See, that's why I don't. That's why I don't touch this shit.
Highlighted right here in green.
Okay.
This is us
Well,
right
see,
here. These
okay,
two.
I thought I was highlighted right there because we were on the board there, son. You know, I'm just gonna sit here and drink my good liquor, okay? I'm just gonna sit here and shut up for a minute, okay?
You enjoy that Jobu's rum. I'm enjoying myself today.
Let's just hope he doesn't come back and kick me in the ass for stealing his shit. Okay. Shot says Juan Cruz. Philadelphia Underdogs, you talking strictly about championship. The Eagles have won 3 before the Super Bowl era. We have won all of ours since then. Bam! And drops the mic. Pollard will have more fantasy points than Zeke. That's an Eagle fan saying that. Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
there's
goofy.
a lot of drunk people in the world on a Sunday.
Hey, don't be talking about me like that, because you know, son.
Remember, I'm the motherfucking fucking one who calls the shots.
Okay.
Pollard has standalone value, but Zeke, if he stays healthy, Zeke's going to eat and go off this year.
He's really going to eat a whole lot there, son.
He's at his college weight. He's quicker. He's focused. I mean,
He's
we've
on
all
a
seen
mission,
it. I'm not
son.
telling you anything you don't know.
Well, with the
Even
exception of
people that
Zack
hate the
Martin not
Cowboys,
being there, that offensive line is back
They're
together.
stoked getting Zeke. They're stoked getting Zack, CeeDee Lamb. It's fun for us as Cowboys fans to be excited about what we got in that offense. But in fantasy purposes, this is going to pay off too. So it's great to be a Cowboys fan both ways.
Cowboys up north. How's the leg going, Cowboys up north? I can't wait till Thursday night either. I've got the set here together and ready, and I'm looking forward to it. In fact, hang on. You know what? Here at Broadcast Media, I got to do everything. Hold on, son.
There's a lot of meat on the board right now.
What's round 2 looking like?
All right, round 1 was McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Dak Prescott, Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron
Had to adjust
Rodgers,
the lights a
Alvin
little bit.
Kamara, Zeke Elliott, Travis Kelce, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, then Najee Harris. Nice pick, David Wiley. Wink, wink. And then
Hey, look at that.
Wink, wink. Imagine that. Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Nick
I still
Chubb,
say
Josh
Barkley
Allen,
is a bust.
Jonathan Taylor, and Jobu's Mutts is coming up here pretty quick, so I'm going to go back to the
Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one?
Are
My
you
running back from last.
ready? Joe Mixon off
Yes,
the board.
I'm taking him again.
Oh, you bastard. Sorry. I mean, you not so nice person.
Lamb and Amari together.
Right there, you son of a...
Did I mess yours up, Roz?
No. You can't really mess up mine because
Yes.
Or was it Stu's that I messed up?
Do I have permission to both piss off Corey and have a non-Cowboy on the team?
As long as it's not an Eagle, Giant, or Washington one. But pissing off Corey is always a good thing. What do you have?
Corey
in mind?
doesn't like the guy that I want to pick right here.
Who did you want to
The
pick?
guy that I
might
want
not
to
like
pick
him.
right here is the running back in Washington.
Oh, fuck you.
oh
So,
please. Please take him.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
Man, you can't.
We're going to go
I am
here.
begging you to take him.
I'm going to go right here with Stephon Diggs, who has a shot at being the number 1 overall.
Oh, see, somebody just backed down. Got all big and
I'm not allowed to
said,
put Washington.
No.
The boss has to approve Gibson.
I can't do that.
See? So kiss my ass.
No.
For the record, I would have.
You know what? I would actually kiss your ass before I would accept Antonio Gibson.
But I love Stephon Diggs, and he could be. He's easily one of the top 5 wide receivers, and he has potential, just like some of the other guys on the board.
Yeah.
To be the best. I'm going to go with Diggs.
And with all the stuff with Cole Beasley might not be there, so more might get shouldered onto him. All right. And then we're back on the clock in 4 picks. Oh, shit. So we didn't piss off Ross?
No, it wouldn't have really pissed him off.
That would have never pissed me off unless we were on the same team.
Okay.
He would have been.
We were co-owners, and he did that. Yeah,
he would have been disappointed in my selection. It comes down to, can he keep that foot healthy, that toe healthy?
My energy is starting to pick up, y'all. So I apologize. I've been a little slow, but I'm also drafting. So here's the other thing. I'm drafting right now, which I'm not really paying attention to, but my kid just got Zeke Elliott on auto draft because she's gone today with her mother instead of doing the adult youth league that we sign up for every year.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it's the adults. So I have Kamara. She's got Zeke. We got a nice start, but now my kid is on auto draft. You know, like I'm supposed to be in with the kid doing taking over the league and whatever. So my energy's been a little off today. The rain has been, it's still freaking raining. Like, it wasn't supposed to start till 1, then it was supposed to be over before like 8.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't stopped since before I woke up.
I hear you on that.
I didn't get it. I got tools and gutters and stuff outside that I was going to start first thing this morning before the rain. That's my own dumbness. Hey, look, DK went, and then Antonio Gibson went right after that. Good job.
All right,
good for him.
Good job. Whoever got Gibson, except he also got Ridley.
Okay, can I talk to my GM here? Okay, Stewie, we're here at the 3rd round here, and what are you thinking?
Jalen Rager.
I'm thinking that I just got sniped by Stat with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We've already got our quarterback. We got a top-end wide receiver. We need a running back. I'm typically not an Austin Eckler guy, but he is a PPR machine, and I like that San Diego offense.
Can I stir some shit up?
Oh, hell.
Why wouldn't we want to get Justin Jefferson? Are you thinking he's ass?
If we can get Justin Jefferson, I don't care. I'll make it work.
At this point, okay, the great running backs are already off the board, right?
Eckler's probably the last of that tier.
Okay, so are we better off taking a 2nd-tier running back or taking one of the top wide receivers?
I wouldn't call Eckler 2nd tier, but you're very valid in your point. Justin Jefferson, much like Diggs, top five, possibly best overall.
In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I might not be a great running team, but I'm gonna eat with the receivers.
Available.
This guy knows how to play fantasy. He's playing fantasy right there.
He's coaching us.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know shit about fantasy football, but I'm just thinking in my mind.
The only difference between fantasy football and the reality that you just pointed out is you're putting it on a computer and seeing what the teams do with the guys that you think are going to do well.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. All right. But in my mind,
that was great analysis, because you're damn right. If you get to a point where there's not a running back that you're just excited about, like really for me, that was kind of Clyde Edwards-Helaire was my cutoff point. And we got sniped 2 rounds in a row now.
I totally would have taken Eckler right there.
That's where.
I'm stirring some shit.
At the same time, Justin Jefferson has that top end potential.
But
if you take a guy
this can actually be a case study to prove.
Position, then you're fine. We got other running backs we can make up for it a little bit later in the draft. Hopefully, we'll see how it all plays out.
See, this can be a case study of, okay, you went against the grain, and how bad will it be for the team? Because,
Well, see, that's what analytics does all the time. That's what we do.
But analytics sometimes are not right. Sometimes you get a team out of left field that you're not expecting goes to Super Bowl and wins it.
No, I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is that alternating possible draft picks is like case studies we do all the time.
Mike J, quit looking at my rosters from the other leagues.
What?
Yeah, well, you know what? You might want him to keep looking because that's way too early to be taking somebody like Judy.
Yeah, well, I didn't expect it when I saw it, but damn it.
He took Jerry Judy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
somebody
a gamble.
took Michael Gallup right before that. Like, come on.
Gallup.
Well,
yeah.
this is a Cowboy, centric channel, okay? We just want to have Cowboys on our team.
Right, but the winner gets a Joe Barty, right?
Okay, you know how many Joe Bardys I've made and sent out? If they really wanted Joe Barty,
I'm
they
just
could
saying,
get
you
one.
would think people would be trying to
I'm still waiting
win.
for mine, Mark. I'm still waiting
I'm working
for my
on it.
Joe
I'm
Barty.
working on it, man.
Joe Barty at a minimum with other Jobu Man Cave stuff that Tracy is making room for coming out as prizes.
Okay, I'm going to do it since he was there. I'm taking my first wide receiver I took in Jobu 3. Terry McLaurin is coming off the board.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and there goes Eckler.
That was a steal on Eckler right there.
All right. Well,
third round, absolutely.
Absolute steal on
again,
Eckler right
we
there.
know I'm an idiot.
Nah, we're good. There's different strategies. There's what they call zero RB and zero wide receiver strategies, where basically you're doing just that. You're taking the absolute best of whatever position and you're addressing the other position later. It's just kind of sort of what we're going to be doing here, but we'll be all right. You don't have to be Zeke Elliott to put up fantasy numbers. It helps, but there's other guys that can. What you lose at running back, the anticipation is gaining, and then some with the better wide receiver that you're picking up.
Wow. I don't even know what to do here.
He's like, all right, what do we got? Here in the second round, we had Barkley go off, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Nick Chubb, Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, Antonio Gibson. And then the third round, Calvin Ridley, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, Michael Gallup, Jerry Judy, Terry McLaurin, Austin Eckler, DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Brown, Darren Waller, George Kittle, and now Roz is on the clock with David Wiley's team, and he's stumped because there's so much out there to choose from.
Isn't that a little early to take a good tight end?
No. With Darren Waller, George Kittle, and Travis Kelce, taking those guys early, some people will take that risk because really those guys are more wide receivers than tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to worry about taking them out of your lineup. You know you're going to get high-end points out of them week in, week out. So you set it and you forget, except for 1 week when they're on a bye week. Those guys will go early. Kittle, Kelce, and Waller. And then you'll probably see a guy like, depending on who you're drafting with, Kyle Pitts, T.J. Hawkinson, Mark Andrews. Those guys kind of go off next.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, Roz. Yeah, you're still picking. Never mind. I'll ask you when you get done picking.
No, go ahead, man. I know what I want to pick, but I don't want to pick. Go ahead.
Do you see a pattern developing on my team? Or, sorry, on Jobu's Mutts? Mark's team, my team, our team?
No, I didn't look at your team. Why? What's up?
Take a look. Take a look at the screen right there. Tell me what you see.
Yeah, screen's up in front of me. No, I can't, dude. I can't see your screen. Hold on.
What
I'll just pull you up. It's all right. Outside of your pissing away week 7, but You know, here's the funny thing. I'm doing the same thing, and I didn't even want to.
I wasn't really planning on it myself, but it worked out that way. And you've touched on it several times over the last couple of weeks that looking for the same bye week guys, it's hell, but you don't have to worry about it after that 1 week with those guys. If you go,
oh crap, I'm on the clock. See, you're messing me up, man. I gotta do this thing. Okay, no,
you said go ahead. I was gonna wait.
I got Keenan Allen. I got Allen Robinson. So we got 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and now we are rolling through the 4th round.
Where is?
What was that?
Nothing.
Ridley's off the board already, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's long gone.
Okay.
I think he was a 2nd rounder. Oh, there goes Lamar Jackson off the board in the 4th round.
Okay.
That's actually about chalk for
in the
one
4th?
quarterback league.
Yeah. At 3rd through 5th, 6th round, that's where you're gonna get those top 10 or so going.
Yeah, it's good. It's good this year. I'm starting to see that a lot with a lot of people putting out their home league stuff. It's amazing how players that shouldn't be drafted, people just, they got to have them. They don't care. They got to take them when they want to. Like, I want Lamar Jackson, take him in the 2nd round, you know, or something like that. And it's just crazy, but that's how it goes, man. That's what makes leagues fun that are not full of people that are going straight off of cheat sheets or something, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 2 leagues starting up at 4 o'clock, so I'll be juggling back and forth between 3 leagues at some point. Smitty with the Fantasy Football Show's got his 2-door league drafts at 4 o'clock.
Okay. At 4? Okay.
Autographed DK Metcalf jersey for the 1st door league. It's a weird random league that he made up for people that were super chatting, but you only get to pick 3 players, and that's all. You can't add anybody through the year. Just those 3 guys. It's based on overall points at the end of the season. If you draft a quarterback, then you have to draft a tight end. But if you don't draft a quarterback, then you get to draft, 2 running backs, wide receiver, whatever.
Okay, I'm going to do it because he is there.
Who you going?
And I think he's really going to really do well in that offense, especially with Matty Ice as his thrower. I'm taking Kyle Pitts.
Can't hate you for it. I like Pitts.
You want the good news, Daniel?
What's the good news?
Sure.
We are most accurate across all years and all positions. We are most accurate in predicting the top 5 tight ends. So in this case, Kyle Pitts is actually considered a top 5 tight end now, which places him at an 80% chance of being accurately predicted in that spot. So the good news is 1 out of 5 misses.
Yeah.
1 out of 5.
And he could be the one.
Well, no. Hey, look. TJ
Troy,
Hawkinson is up there. He could be the one.
I think you sniped Clifton, Troy. He's in the chat. Damn it, Daniels.
Well, it was either him or I was going to go with another wide receiver, but he was sitting there. I couldn't pass it. I couldn't pass it.
Is Mark, can I ask you a question?
No.
Well, I just did. Would you go with Amari Cooper or Justin Jefferson if you had to choose one?
If I had to choose one.
For the year, for the whole year.
I would flip a coin. Here's the thing with Justin Jefferson is you don't know if he'll have a sophomore slump. I'd probably lean with Amari Cooper because I'm a homer. Why?
Okay. All right.
What
because I have to make a pick in that kid league, so I'm going to take Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson.
You're going to take Justin Jefferson as opposed. Okay.
All right, Mark, we're on the clock, boss.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I'm going to click resume over here. And we got one choice that can't pass up again. James Robinson in Jacksonville. Travis Etienne got hurt. He's back to being the running back one.
And figuring rookie quarterback, they're going to probably run the football a lot.
Correct. And you don't want anything to do with Sanders.
No.
I don't want to touch Swift with a 10-foot pole. He's good. I just don't want to worry about his health
Miles
all year.
Sanders? You don't want Miles Sanders?
What an idiot!
I'd rather have Kenny Gainwell
What an idiot!
later in the year than Miles Sanders. They're going to run a rotation of running backs in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Sanders has the talent. It's his usage that I'm concerned about. Robinson, he's getting the rock. I mean, who else they got? So, bam.
All right, Stu. So, are we looking at tight end next? Or are we still sticking on running back?
It depends on who's
What's
at running
left?
back.
Yeah.
But I would probably lean running back over tight end easily. Because at this point, after you don't have Kittle, Waller, or Kelsey, or now Pitts,
Yeah.
there's one other guy that would be worth swinging at. So maybe the rest of them are pretty much almost the same guy. You're looking at matchups and hoping something happens. Tight end is the worst position. I would rather be stronger at running back, which is a scarcity to have good ones, and just flesh out the tight end week in and week out, pick up a different guy on the waiver wire if I had to. But there's plenty of guys you can take a late stab at that I think have potential to be guys you can leave in there all year. So
I think he's telling you you're going to have a lot of work managing your team this year.
Tight end doesn't worry me. I'm either going to hit on a guy I get late, or I'm going to stream the position all year. Unless you draft one of those other guys early, but we did.
Breaking news: Bruce Arians talking about a threesome.
Do what? Why does the most random shit have to happen when we're on the clock? Bruce Arians talking about a threesome. Hey, Mark.
Okay, he's talking about Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup. It's a huge challenge. They're loaded, and they do a lot of different things. I think that threesome might be the best. Okay, all right. Can you see a clickbait title there?
Funny, they decided to reference the Cowboys with the threesome.
Yeah.
And without their hooker.
Yep.
Without their hooker. Dum-dum. All right, we're back on the clock, boss.
Okay.
It is.
My auto pick would be Miles Sanders.
Though.
They don't know me.
It's okay. We're not
very
judging anyone.
Clear, glaring. Take me. His health concerns me, but Chris Carson is going to get his workload. It's Seattle. Pete Carroll loves running the ball. I mean, what else we got to talk about?
Okay, nothing. Click up.
And
who's
DeAndre Swift,
80?
I avoid. Miles Sanders, I avoid.
Who is Breed 83?
Rob likes Jacobs, but I avoid Jacobs. I mean, there's.
Hold it. Who is Breed's 83?
That's one of our new players.
I know, but what's the person's name?
Texas. That's what TX stands for, right?
Okay.
Clifton Hill.
All right. I was going to say, there's a lot that's related to Texas, but I'm just saying.
Sorry, Clifton.
Okay.
Clifton says, damn, you took my flex. Y'all get out of my head.
Mike
Clifton.
J.
Shame, shame, shame. Never let anybody in your head. I mean, all y'all in my head. Have you seen my TikTok where I talk about... Never mind.
All right, so Mark, we're looking good now. We got Dak Prescott. We got 2 strong starting running backs in Robinson and Carson. And we got 2 top-end wide receivers in Diggs and Justin Jefferson.
I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's ass. Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to put out fires here. Not working very well, is it?
And see, if you know, the more you know about fantasy football, then you can take more risk, like taking a quarterback in the first round or taking a tight end early, because you learn to navigate both your knowledge of the players and kind of the flow of the draft. And so you can make up for it if you play your cards right. And we did. That team is absolute fire.
I wouldn't be shocked to say you're undefeated.
Okay. Who are you talking about?
These guys.
See what the ESPN analytics say about this team. Kiss my ass, ESPN.
Okay.
I think so far I've only changed
here's another
one
little
person.
I think I've been picked like second to last or last by ESPN in every draft that we've had. Of course, I keep getting penalized for taking a guy like Michael Thomas, who's injured and not playing first 6 weeks, but
Woohoo!
Is what it is.
All right. So
my second wide receiver is still on the board.
Here's another little tad bit of 2000 trivia here. When Tom Brady was picked up, do you know the flip phone hadn't even been invented yet?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
They hadn't even gotten to that technology yet. Okay?
Not even to the cell. Well, the cellular technology was there.
The cellular. We had cellular phones with no internet.
remember those big brick phones?
Yes, but there was not a flip phone yet. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I kept begging my dad that we should get one because we were always getting broke down in this car, that we should have one just in case. And he's like, "No, I can't afford it."
And here's another little bit here for you. In 2000, when Tom Brady was picked up, there was not a single talk show like First Take.
My goodness.
Pardon the interruption didn't start till 2001. Can you imagine that? Without having like Skip and Shannon? Without having the cow turd?
We bust Tom Brady's balls, and of course we want to kick his ass on Thursday night, but whether you like him or not, you got to look at that man and what a blessed life he's got.
I've got to do it. I'm pulling the trigger on my other receiver.
No, we're stroking Tom Brady's ass right now. You got to wait. You got to wait till the Tom.
I'm just saying you got to respect it. The guy was overlooked, 6th round draft pick.
I ain't respecting shit.
Turned himself into what he is. Married Giselle Bundchen, living the good life. I'm just saying. Got to respect that. But I still want to put him on his ass with Micah Parsons and Randy Gregory.
Yep.
And yet Mike J just drafted him. Drafted the Buccaneers defense in the 5th round.
In the
which
5th
tells
round?
me that he's pretty sure that
Mike J,
they got a good game coming.
That's where I hate, because so you're rooting, as a Cowboy fan, you're rooting for the Tampa Bay defense against. Sorry,
yes, that's exactly what he just did.
There's something. So, Mike, I'm mad at you, man.
And y'all were so busy on Tom Brady, you didn't even see that happen. I mean, that's a 5th round. Like, we're still talking about your foundational players. They saying Buccaneers defense is foundational.
Defense is streamable is what that is.
Woo-wee. Man, I would be scared to be a Cowboys fan rooting for the Bucs.
So Mike J's not coming over for Jobu wings on Thursday night? Did we lose Mark?
Say what?
I
No,
think
I'm
they're
fine.
all still in shock.
No, I was reading this J Tuck twit. He said, we're about to go play a football game. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me read this. We're about to play a football game in the middle of Florida in front of 100,000 maskless fans. Players who did their part are about to be put in jeopardy every week. It's going to be Russian roulette as far as who's going to be playing this season.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, and I didn't want to go down the COVID rabbit hole, but as you know, I have to go to wound care and do the hyperbaric chamber therapy Monday through Friday every day. I don't get home till 5 after doing all that stuff, but to get there, because I'm in a wheelchair and I don't have transportation of my own, I have to have a transportation service take me, and you're basically inside of a modified minivan with a driver, half of them vaccinated, half of them not. Most of them wear masks. One of them that was vaccinated the other day didn't, and I won't do that shit again. But I always say it's going to wound care and then being in the hospital around the nurses, the other patients. It's like playing Russian roulette Monday through Friday every time I go out there with that shit.
Yep.
Hate it.
Yeah, it's a crazy world.
Hey, Stu, just out of morbid curiosity, what is it that has you doing that? I mean, you don't have to say it if you don't want to. I was just curious.
Like what injury has me doing that?
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
I was working out with. I mean, it doesn't upset me talking about it outside the fact that I run a nonprofit called the Dream to Walk Foundation, and we raise money for people to offset the cost of therapy. And back in 2019, we started buying these Myelin FES machines. They're free motion electrical stimulus machines that build muscle, reverse atrophy, prevent atrophy, help with circulation, cardio, range of motion, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
And we've bought 5 since 2019 to put in people's houses, 4 for recipients, 1 for me. And I was working out on mine, and you put your foot inside this boot with straps on it. I had it up as high as it could go so I could reach it easier.
Right.
And I unstrapped it and I was taking my leg out, but I lost control of my leg and it came slamming down on. It's got these 2 bars that I wish I had taken off because I don't use them. But it's got these 2 bars that extend that have big old hooks on the end of them to hold a manual wheelchair in place.
Right.
I don't use them because I'm in a power chair, but my foot came slamming down on that. And it started out as like a quarter size bruise on the bottom of my foot. But now it's about 3 from below my toes to about 3/4 down my foot and all the way across. I had at one point black and yellow necrotic skin, and now it's it's healing up, but it got bad, and so I have to go to wound care every week. I have to do the hyperbaric chamber, which I mean it's it is what it is. But that's why I haven't been around during the days for Discord and keeping up with stuff and that. And Rod's been doing a good job helping me out with that. I appreciate that, bro.
Praying for you, Stu. Oh my God, that's. I used to work in medical, so I kind of know what you're talking about. So, oh wow, that's quite the haul when you have to do all of that.
Yeah, Stu's a trooper here.
It's rough. I've been in a wheelchair since 2006, and I never had a wound until 2017. And God, for like 2.5 years almost, I was stuck in a hospital bed, my bed, nursing home bed, you name it. I was stuck in a bed somewhere.
Mark, I love it. Mark,
and I got through that, and then about 3 months later, I got another wound. And it seems like every time I literally rang the bell at the wound care center with my last wound, and 2 weeks later, I was back in with the foot. Fuck.
Oh wow.
So I just try not to beat myself up over it. It is what it is. Got to get through it. Got to do it.
Yeah.
At least the wound care center people, it's funny. I actually enjoy hanging out with those guys. There's some pretty cool people up there. You make the best of it. Watch a movie while you're in the tube. Whatever. But that's enough about me. How you liking your team, Troy?
So far, so good. I mean, it's almost mirroring what I had in Jobu 3.
Let's see. I tend to have a habit of doing that. I mean, you have your guys. You just have guys that you have a feeling about, and a lot of if you draft multiple teams, you can have a tendency of having similarities because of that.
Mm-hmm.
As you learn fantasy, and you don't have to get as deep as Roz or myself, but if you ever, find yourself down the fantasy rabbit hole one day and you're really into it, you'll learn about diversifying your portfolio, where you try to. I mean, you're still going to have your guys, but you have fewer and fewer of them. And you don't want to, especially with a money league, you don't want to put your whole season's hopes in the same guys. You want to have some teams that have similar talent, but different guys, in case you were wrong about my guys, if that makes sense.
Oh, I bet Wentz's salty ass sold his ring on eBay. Damn. D-Shap. Wow. Damn.
I got to look at running back 2 now.
Yeah, we're coming up here pretty close, Mark.
I see. We got 4 picks there. And we're still looking at another running back, right? Stu? Let's see.
See. I already made one mistake. I don't want to call it a mistake.
Oh, no, we got Chris Carter. That's right. So, tight end. It's not a kicker. So, tight end or a flex.
We ain't getting defense or kicker to the last 2 picks.
So, really, we're looking at best player available at this point.
Yes, sir. You always want to go BPA. And if there's something close, then you address a need. And we've got ourselves set up with 2 quality running backs, 2 quality wide receivers. So, really, we can go anywhere we want.
Unless I take the one running back that you guys want, which would be at this point, I think I'm going to go with him as my running back 2.
Cowboys rock. I like that pick with Herbert.
What did he get? Oh, he got Herbert, huh? Oh my gosh, in round 6?
Lamboy, Gus Edwards with the steal. Nice.
Wow. I am thinking.
Who got to add? Yep. You're welcome, Ross.
What?
Javonte Williams. I think this is the first league that I've drafted in a while that I didn't get him, but Roz is the guy that turned me on to Javonte Williams. So he got him on Wiley's team.
Well,
yeah, he needed a backup running back.
Yeah, I need a backup right now, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
Can't believe Jerry Jeudy went so damn early. This is right about where I feel good about myself with my 3rd wide receiver. No.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on him. I don't know how good he's going to be this year, but I'm going to take Kareem Hunt.
No, I mean,
we're getting close.
He's got, worst case scenario, he's a flex for you. And if Nick Chubb gets hurt, then you're solid. You got a top 10, top 12 running back.
You guys are killing me in this chat in here. Oh, my God.
What are they doing?
I'm just amazed at how many. Okay, this is a fantasy football draft, but yet Eagle fans figure we need to come in here and troll. The Eagle fans, y'all are getting like antsy. Y'all know that the season's going to be bad for you, don't you? You're trying to get your digs in now, right? That's what it has to be.
They haven't quit since that whole chat started.
Oh, my God. I think we've got more Eagle fans in here than Cowboy fans.
I don't know, but all they've been arguing about is
we're on the clock, Mark.
Right. Well, that's Philadelphia. You know, his whole thing is well, yeah. It's actually funny because before the Eagles won a Super Bowl, they would go all the way back. Well, we won 3 world championships. Right? They have now become what they always accuse the Cowboys, living on our past.
I thought they only won 1 before that.
No, world championships, they won 3.
Oh, okay.
But during that time, I think the Lions won 5, and I think the Browns won, I want to say 8. And keep in mind, there's only 10 teams. So your odds were definitely a lot better. We're on the clock.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, look, Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. Nobody else did. I mean, they needed Nick Foles because up until that point, what were they? they were on a magical run that, Carson Wentz. Come on.
Well,
you ever going to see Carson Wentz win a Super Bowl while you're alive?
Okay, but here's the thing on that team, though. Now, Nick Foles had a great Super Bowl, threw for over 300 yards, but all the games putting up to finish off the season, I think he only threw for 500 yards. That was a really good team. They had a great running attack. They were great on the line on both sides of the ball. That was a perfect storm for that season. And them coming off of being in the basement the year before, they had an easier schedule. The typical thing that happens in the NFC East, which allowed them to have those home field games and things. And it was, basically Nick Foles, just don't fuck it up.
And then?
Oh, no, go ahead. You pick? Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Apparently there's a draft going on.
Yeah, there is. Somebody paused it. Pause.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. All right. We can ready to go anywhere we want. Running back is a more scarce position than wide receiver. Wide receiver is the deepest position in the league. I know you're worried about tight end, but at this point,
it's ass.
All these guys are the same to me.
Yeah.
And we got money on the board out here.
Chase Edmonds? Do we want to go Chase Edmonds?
No.
No?
No, we do not want to go chase it. I don't want to go chase it.
I might end up going auto picking this thing.
I don't want anything to do with Roz's Miles Gaskin either. But a guy that I do like, Chase Edmonds, I don't know. I'm not convinced James Conner's.
Oh yeah, let's take a receiving back instead of the starting running back. Good call. Good call.
Anyways, and I don't like Miles Gaskin.
Okay.
Yeah, we got solid wide receivers. We can get one later, but this guy right here, Mike Davis, playing in his hometown Atlanta, starting for the first time in a while. Solid running back, big boy thighs, going to be running that touchdown ball all year long.
Pause. Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead. All right, whatever you think.
Yeah, I think Mike Davis. Give us a nice little solid running back room. What the hell?
What the hell's going on out here?
Pop quiz, asshole. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do?
What do you do? Nobody?
You don't draft Dak in the first.
All right.
We're well beyond the past that. We're set. Our core is rock solid, sir. So you don't worry about us taking Dak in the first.
So are you saying, Roz, that we have a bad team? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say you. I said you're undefeated.
Smart ass. Roz, don't make me come up to Pennsylvania and kick your ass, man. I will do it.
All right. I'm going to recap and
I'll bring my tools with me when I come. So I can fix that.
Third round was Ridley, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson,
slap together
Gallup,
shit
Judy,
you've been doing.
McLaurin, Eckler, DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Brown. Shut up. Darren Waller, George Kittle, Keenan Allen. In the fourth round, we had Allen Robinson, Adam Thielen,
Did
Mike
he just
Evans.
tell himself to shut up?
Lamar Jackson, no, my phone. David Montgomery, Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, Leonard Fournette, T.J. Hawkinson. Very nice pick, Texas bred. James Robinson, Robert Woods, Deontay Johnson. Fifth round, Cooper Kupp, Kyler Murray, Chris Carson, Miles Sanders. The Buccaneers defense. And you call yourself a Cowboys fan, Mike. You snipe my guys, and then you pick that defense playing against the guys you sniped from me. What kind of sense does that make, Mike? Then Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Juju Smith-Schuster, Josh Jacob, Julio Jones, DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams.
Mike Jacobs, you picked the Tampa Bay defense in fantasy football? What are you thinking, dude?
You missed that?
Seriously. No, I'm actually singing Marco Polo here. What's up with that, Mike? Damn.
That's why I said, I guess Mike's not coming over Thursday for the game.
I guess not, man.
So 6th round was Claypool, Mac Jones, Gus Edwards, Russell Wilson, Cortland Sutton, Justin Herbert, Kareem Hunt, Justin Tucker, DJ Moore, Mike Davis, Myles Gaskin, Damian Harris, and then 7th started with Stafford, Corey Davis, and we're on the clock. Where's the pause?
Excuses? I love this. Now, you know what's funny is,
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead. I'll catch up.
No, get it.
No. Go ahead.
Pause button works all day long. Get that. Get it off your chest.
No, go ahead. Oh, we're on the clock. Okay, I'm sorry. What's our pick here?
Whatever you like. We could go.
You can have whatever you like.
You've made his picks every step of the way. Don't say whatever he likes.
No, he didn't. Dak Prescott. He knew. We're here.
I like this guy right here.
I mean, look, I got no beef with it because I got hired by a chef to serve up the best team I could come up with.
Okay.
Not sure what to think of Ioka. I like him, but he doesn't excite me. There's solid guys out there.
I'd have to look at San Francisco and say there's still question marks at the quarterback position.
I would like to take the dice roll on the young kid acclimating with his old college quarterback out there in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Put him in that wide receiver core.
All right.
If I can
Hold on. Keep it paused. I'm watching this other draft happen.
You were not my father.
And somebody actually just took Vernon Davis in the 7th round.
Oh, boy.
Vernon Davis. Damn.
So don't think that Dak in the 1st is actually that bad because at least he's still
Is Vernon Davis still playing?
No. Hasn't been for about 2 years.
I was going to say, the fuck?
But hey, so there's people all over the world that have no clue what's going on and still play.
Okay. All right. What's up, Jessica? How you doing?
Whoa, nice pick right there at the beginning of the 7th with the Cowboys defense. That saves anybody else from making that same mistake.
See, you know what?
What the hell's going on out here?
I can't wait to see what the schedule looks like. I just want to know who I'm playing.
Hey, Roz.
Situation requires is a whole lot more, and you shut your ass up.
I need a soundboard.
Oh boy, yeah, I got so many toys out here. It's not even funny. My wife looks at all this stuff. She's like, "You got a lot of stuff." I said, "That's what she said." No, nothing.
I
Nothing.
I'm minding my own business off camera.
And Troy's on the clock.
Nothing. No, I didn't
Troy
get
gone?
a snickle or
here.
matrimonial
No, I'm here. I'm
duties
just
or
chewing
nothing.
on something.
Come on, man. Damn.
Matrimonial?
Yeah. Mary Lon, Washington. Hey, what's up, Mary Lon? How you doing today? We are here knee deep in our fantasy football draft, closing down the 7th round, rounding the corner to the 8th, and we're having some really bad jokes today.
Yeah, well, honestly, the chat today, like, we're not getting the questions we would normally get.
Oh, we just got...
There's been no interaction because they are literally just running their mouths like...
back and forth,
Like no brains, right? Like, hey, let's take this Eagle crap and run with it because it's really a valid argument, and I feel dumber having read it.
Well, no, okay, here's the thing. Here's where...
I love you,
You know what? The Eagles should have something to crow about that Super Bowl that was how many years ago? That was a great season. I can't take it away from them. But for them to go around and act like, they're the greatest thing in the world, you know what? They are literally like, Dixie's Midnight Runners, They're one-hit wonder. A one-hit wonder.
16 years ago.
As Janet Jackson says, what have you done for me lately? Right now, you guys are pathetic. You're ass. You're shit.
16 years ago,
16
the
years
New Orleans Saints buried a Super Bowl trophy. That's how much anybody in the NFL actually gives a shit about last year's winner.
There you go.
We don't care that Tampa Bay won it last year, aside from the fact that they're called defending champions. NFL players they don't care. Once the season kicks off, hey, it's all new. And the screen just went to hell over there,
what
right?
are you doing?
I don't know. He's not doing your ESPN draft.
Yeah. Stu?
I've got 2 drafts starting in 4 minutes. I'm just going back and forth.
Okay.
We don't pick until all the way over here.
Uh-huh. So you're moonlighting on me. Okay. All right.
I told you earlier I had draft starting at 4. I'll do it on my phone.
No, that's okay. We got you.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it, Stu. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do what you got to do.
2-time on me. Okay, that's cool.
3rd pick. This is the one where if you pick a quarterback, you have to pick a tight end. You can either pick all running back, wide receiver, or you can get a quarterback, a tight end, and a running back or wide receiver. I'm going to go Dak right there.
Me, you know you're going to confuse me.
Who knows here?
I'm just letting y'all talk. I mean, honestly, at this point, Wiley's team doesn't need any more players.
Really? They're that good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I only picked extra guys just because I wanted to cover his bye weeks for him. I didn't want him to get freaked out,
Okay.
Besides that, though, there's no point in drafting anybody else. I mean.
All right.
Wow.
I'm completely lost.
Are you not entertained? I should have had this set up before. That's my bad.
No, I'm just looking at the options that he could have, and he doesn't need anybody. Like, all these guys are worse than his guys that he's got.
Injuries, man. Injuries.
Oh, I know. It's just, we're that good. I mean,
you're not convinced. I mean, not confidence here, are you?
All right. Sorry.
We'll take another starting running back. I mean, why not? You guys are leaving him there for me. I mean,
yeah.
Like, I got no sympathy for people, so I have empathy. I do understand about people having emotions. I just don't have any to share. So we took Ronald Jones and Brian Edwards. Now he has 4 wide receivers and 4 running backs.
Where
I didn't realize I just did that, but apparently I did.
Mark doesn't mind it. For him, it's almost like business. What's almost like business? You mean
you've been hot on Ronald Jones the whole offseason? You want to tell
I've been
people
on him for a couple of years.
You're talking about that video?
Well, I like
that was actually some really good work by Philly 500
last year. A lot of people think it would be Fournette. When you want to elaborate on why you think it's Jones?
Well, I was going to say, Mark, what were you saying something there?
I was just going through and paying attention to the comments and stuff in there. You guys go on.
Oh. Yeah, Ronald Jones is a starting running back. Did you want me to elaborate further? I mean, because to me, anytime you say a starting running back, that kind of elevates them above the second, third string wide receivers, tight ends, defenses, kickers, and anything else in fantasy.
Yep. Okay.
So in this case, he's a starting running back on the final year of his contract. They didn't pick up the 5th year. He has been verbally outspoken about being pissed off and about playing for his next team, that he will not be back with the Bucs regardless of what happens. So Fournette's not taking the job. Fournette couldn't take the job last year until Ronald Jones got COVID and put on IR. I don't know what else there is to say. Ronald Jones is a starting running back for the Super Bowl defending champions.
Okay.
Kind of says it all for me. I mean, I mean, it's not like I took their defense or something. Like, I'm not rooting. Like, Dallas can still win the game and Ronald Jones can have a good game. But Mike J actually said, no, I need the defense to have a good game, and the only way that happens is if Dallas loses.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, we're coming up around the corner.
Hey,
Okay.
my starting, well, not my starting, but my reserve wide receiver is still on the board there. And I took him a round later last time, so I'm going to take him in round 8. LaVisca!
Boy, Kenny G
LaVisca.
just getting disrespected.
No, not LaVisca.
Troy Daniels, that was a hell of a pick. The only reason I did not just take him is because I have Claypool and Keenan Allen off on the same
Eagle fans, your chat at Mark Holmes, their views. Oh, my God, the comments alone, Eagles have landed from you guys. You know, that's what trolls don't seem to understand. That the more you go through and troll a channel, the more you're actually helping their SEO. So shout out to you, Eagle fans. Just try and keep it a little bit classy. I know you guys got no class. I get that. But, you know, I mean, in any place that literally has a plane crash and they call it artwork and don't clean it up, you know it's a trashy sit. You know it's trashy there, okay? But, yeah, shout out to the Eagle fans. I got no problem with you guys.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that, Mark. What was that?
If you go downtown Philadelphia, I remember we were there.
I'm just saying because our Grand Lodge is right there in Center City. So I've been in Center City quite a bit.
Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. Let's see.
But you're saying there's an actual plane crash that they call art. Or is it just art that looks like a plane wreck? Because I understand the bad art. I've seen that in Philly.
How many points does it get you on Sunday?
Bad art?
Yeah.
It gets us more Philly trolls.
Ah, gotcha.
Trying to see if I can pull it up.
I can't believe. How long have we been on? How long? What, an hour and a half now?
I've been on pause for about an hour and a half now, but
an hour and a half, and they still talking about Super Bowls in the chat.
You're kidding.
I mean, they have been going for an hour and a half, arguing back and forth between Dallas and Philly Super Bowls. Like my rabbit fell asleep. Okay, y'all got nothing else to talk about, like the fact that the Eagles gonna lose week 1?
Okay.
No argument out of me. But what I do need out of Mark is 30 seconds.
You got it. Okay. But real quick, I don't know if you can see that, Roz. Can you see that real quick on the screen?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Okay. That's actually Philadelphia.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
That's downtown
okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
I was walking around the corner, and there it is in the middle of town, and I was like, what the fuck? So I think what happened is the plane actually crashed, and then they painted it and said it's artwork. That way we don't have to clean the shit up.
Well, you know, I mean, they even have cobblestone roads still down there.
Yeah, it's kind of trashy. But all jokes aside, though, I've got friends that are living in Philadelphia. It's actually cool. And they actually did a good job.
I do too, but I've been trying to get them out.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. All right, so we're on the clock here.
Yes, sir.
And tight ends are not looking good right now.
We're pretty solid at wide receiver. We still need some more, but there's a guy that are.
Hold on, Stu. Hold on. That's just
y'all killing me.
Captain Taki says we're passionate, but watching y'all play fantasy football is like watching paint dry.
I can get that feeling.
Well, you need to put this up on Jobu's day jobs, Mark.
Okay.
Solve everything.
All right. Yeah, I get you, Captain Taki. Yeah, I don't know what to say on that one. Anyway, in the meantime, we don't want Kenny Galladay because he's getting Danny Dimes thrown to you. Brandon Cooks, yeah, okay. Do they have a quarterback in Houston? Darrell Henderson with the Rams running back. I think go running back. Darrell Henderson? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Roz and I differ on this. He's a Sony Michel truther, but
Okay.
as long as Henderson stays healthy, we don't need to depend on him as our starter. Running back is a scarce position. He's the starting running back for this Los Angeles Rams offense.
Okay.
I can't.
You
pass
sold
him
me.
up.
You got me. Click it.
Oh, I got to unpause this. And our running back room is ridiculous.
All right. And in 4
I
more
can't
picks,
argue with that.
You could, but you won't. If we lose, it's not the end of the season. Thank you, Mary Lawn. You are 100%
I thought
right.
you were going to take him, Roz, just to spite me. I couldn't believe you got all the way back there.
Take who?
Henderson.
Man, the only team that I have Henderson on is one that I have him from last year. I haven't drafted him anywhere.
And see, this is part of fantasy that's fun, too, is
Jessica says Cowboys.
Roz and I are really good friends, but
Whoa.
we both differ on Henderson. We'll find out here soon when the season gets going.
Captain Taki going to his first game ever. Shout out to Captain Taki. I had actually thought about going to that game because that's going to be on my birthday. Cowboys versus the Giants.
Art?
Yes.
It's
We're on the
us,
clock.
and there should be somebody on this board that's very familiar to you. We were not going to be able to use him until after Game 6, but when he comes back as the wide receiver 1 in New Orleans for the playoff push.
The relish is in the refrigerator on the top shelf of the drawer. I'm sorry.
Boy, you really had him. I mean, you sold that.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was Michael Thomas, wide receiver for New Orleans with 30 for 30 thrown to him. Okay.
Well, happy wife, happy life. Tracy interrupted that flow. Michael Thomas is. I love getting Michael Thomas here because he can help us with that playoff push. He won't be able to play. He's on the PUP, so he can't come back till after Week 6. But when he does come back and start playing as wide receiver 1 out in New Orleans, I mean, good God, that wide receiver room is going to be nasty.
I'm trying to understand what my wife's doing here.
Hi, Tracy. Me and Mark are about to time out, Tracy, so I'm going to pick Michael Thomas. Is that okay? Tracy said it was okay, Mark.
Okay.
Dak Prescott, James Robinson, Chris Carson, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Mike Davis, Jamar Chase, Darrell Henderson, and Michael Thomas. Yikes. Oh, shit.
So part of the problem with, and this is something we're going to run into throughout the year, Mark, is we're going to have to really find out how we want to hone our fantasy football, because I can break players down, statistically or gut check, which is what I do. A lot of gut checks, believe it or not.
Okay,
but that's because of the amount of data that I have already. So it's not really a guess as much as it's a processing pattern for me.
I hear you.
But to engage with the audience, like I can spit stats all day, but if that's the case, then I'll just hand you a spreadsheet and we can move on with our lives.
Well, if you could actually analyze something for me that's actually really important that I can't seem to understand.
Sure.
It's all of these Eagle fans that are literally here just going like crazy. I can't understand.
It's a rainy Sunday in Pennsylvania. They have nothing else to do.
So you're saying they've got nowhere else to go?
No. I'm looking out the window. There's nothing to do, and you got to understand. Remember, Philadelphia is one of the highest lockdown areas for the longest time. So
they should be locked down there. They crazy motherfuckers there.
They sitting on the ass of the house, you know.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I mean, I'm just looking at. Eagle this, Eagles that, Philadelphia. I'm just like, damn. Do they know that this is a Dallas? Do they know that this is a Dallas Cowboys channel? I'm trying to wonder if they got confused or they missed the message.
Now
or what.
You said Philadelphia's Beetlejuice. I'm starting to think if there's like some kind of secret crush thing going on.
You mean like Philly 500?
No. Because
I
this
just
isn't
wanted to
Philly
keep that
500
same
channel.
I want Philadelphia to keep that same energy when we whoop their ass twice.
I'm actually betting that, if they lose to Atlanta this week, we won't see them the rest of the season.
As much as I would love to say that's going to happen,
It's kind of tough.
I'm a little bit concerned right now with what Atlanta's bringing to the table.
They're not a good team, and that's where I'm surprised that
That offense is better than people are giving it credit for.
Philly 500 said that they're going to start out 0-2.
Right, and their defense is worse than people think it is.
Maryland says they know Mark. Undercover fans laugh out loud. At Brother Roz. Philadelphia is kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that's for there, but it's great, and I get what you're saying, Stu, and that's the fun part about fantasy. That's what I love is the offensive power. But the reality is, we saw that it doesn't matter how many points you can put on the board, Kansas City, right? If you can't stop the other team, or hell, Chargers, they were putting up points left and right.
Yeah.
Right? Where did they go?
True.
I mean, Justin Herbert, rookie of the year, and they sitting on their ass just like Miami and everybody else in freaking January, So that's my worry with Atlanta. My worry with Atlanta is that the Eagles' line might be good enough to keep Hurts alive and well.
I started a quarterback run in that other league by taking Dak at third. And here we go again with Dak. Thank you, folks. Gonna have the wraparound pick.
Looks like I'm gonna have to make a adjustment in Jobu 3.
Oh, what happened?
One of my wide receivers went on IR.
Oh,
put him on IR, and then you can pick up any player. Off
I'll go back over that. You can help me with that one, Stu, if you can.
In Discord after the show, probably.
Okay.
But right now, I'm juggling the 3 drafts.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is one of my favorite content creators. One of the guys that's playing in the Dream to Walk Foundation fundraiser league, Smitty with the Fantasy Football Show. These are 2 of his listener leagues.
Oh, wow.
That the draft started. So
nice.
This one, since I drafted Dak, I have to draft a tight end. So I'll get the best available running back or wide receiver here, and then whoever I think is the best tight end there. Oh, shit. That's not good. Go away. Go away. I hate that thing. Let's see. I should be on the clock here soon.
Oh, for crying out loud. He underwent neck surgery 4 days ago.
Which wide receiver?
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y.? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
A guy like T.Y. at the end of his days, it sucks that he can't stay healthy, but you can put him on your IR. You can go pick up somebody. He's replaceable. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think I had him in my. I think I had him on my bench. So says he'll be on IR for at least 3 weeks. So
hey, man.
I'm going to open things up. Week 1, Bucks, Cowboys.
I mean, it's not.
I don't think the Super Bowl hangover sets in yet. Bucks win 27-14. Tom Brady's
Let me see what I can get.
This Dallas defense apart.
Here. The Cowboys defense does stink. All right, so the Bucks are going to win that game.
I also see a trend because I have the Bucks taking this one, but a little closer.
Mm-hmm. I got to go with my man Ryan, as usual. We kind of on the same wavelength, but I'm thinking more 27-17.
I'm going to open things up.
Okay, so
is that going to mess with your copywriting?
No, that was actually somebody who posted this. All the Tampa Bay writers and stuff. That was just the sound from it, not the actual video.
Well, I'm glad I found out T.Y. was on the injured list before next weekend. I'm going to have to go through my Jobu 3s and see who's still active.
See, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is if he's still there, and I'm going to go Antonio Gibson with this next pick. Or Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then Joe Mixon. Just talking to myself out loud and entertaining Troy, because
I like it. It looks good.
This is an app called Sleeper. We went with the ESPN because it's more user-friendly. But people like me and Roz that are junkies, Sleeper is a very popular app. And one of the best features is the draft day, the board on draft day, because it breaks it down in colors and it's easier to see who's coming and who's going. Whereas the best ESPN offers is scrolling down through it like this. But ESPN is more user-friendly. It's easier platform to understand, plus it's ESPN. So you get relatively current content daily, weekly, whereas Sleeper you do, but not as up to date, I would say.
Okay. So
you wanted a beginner league. This is where a lot of people begin, a place like an ESPN league. And then once you get comfortable with that and you start to become a junkie, Sleeper is really a good app to go to. You can do a lot of different formats on Sleeper. That's another reason people use it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Wow, 3 teams going today. All 3 teams have Dak Prescott. And I put my money where my mouth is with Antonio Gibson. I hope that foot stays healthy. Back to the task at hand.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I was actually, Jessica, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to ask Ross, what is it about Philadelphia? Is there something in the water that makes people want to eat horse poo?
Has there been a case study about them being dropped on their heads as babies?
Is that an individual type thing, or is that like?
It could be just leftovers from the Depression. A lot of horse traffic in the area. It's one of the oldest cities in the world, and in America, excuse me. A lot of horse traffic in the area. Maybe during the Depression, it was just a delicacy. I don't know. People eat bugs in other countries. We don't do that here. You know, I'm not judging Philadelphia for eating horse poop. You know, if they want to come up here, we got a barn around the corner my daughter works at. We can fill up their trucks with shit all day.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no shit on that one is right. Okay.
That's not a super flex, and I went with Dak in the first round.
That's
good
nasty.
Job, Stuart.
So basically you're saying that one guy is...
What an idiot!
Oh, Smitty's going to bust my balls for taking Dak in the first round in that league. I didn't realize it was a 1-quarterback league. I'm so used to all his stuff being super flex. And that's a lesson to learn for anybody that's learning fantasy football. Know your draft settings, know your scoring settings before you go into the draft to make a dumbass mistake like I did.
Okay. Don't want to make dumbass mistakes, only regular mistakes.
Well, Gravino, I'm just saying leftovers in the sense of a pattern of activity, not actual horse shit from the Depression. I'm saying during the Depression, they might have started eating the horse shit, and then it took on, let's put it on our bread. Now let's cook it. Now eventually we got the microwaves. Now maybe they have frozen horse shit. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the Depression may have started it. That's all.
Okay.
He was in the chat saying that, it's not leftovers actually from the Great Depression.
All right. We're 2 picks away from Jobu Mutts being back on here.
Philly Fan D, that's not rude, okay? Because there are people that had no choice but to literally eat feces to survive, okay? And I've burned it over in freaking Iraq, so trust me. When it comes to shit, okay, there are people in the world that survive. And I'm just saying maybe Philadelphia does.
So, Roz, what you're saying is you really know your shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, Roz, give me your take on Landry.
Jarvis Landry is not shit.
Okay. Right now, I'm building up my bench.
I'm trying to get my mind back to the football here.
There you go.
Not elite upside there, but he's not going to kill you. He's going to be a solid producer, consistent.
Yeah, look, let's put it this way: if they don't have the 4 crappy weather games that they had last year,
right,
then you've got 4 extra games of statistics that they would have had, because in those games the winds were so bad, neither team could throw the ball.
Okay.
You take those games out. Now you add in the fact that Baker Mayfield has a second year with a coordinator. You do have a better, stable, weekly flex type of play. Whether or not he's going to hit a peak again in his career, I think that time has passed.
Okay.
But I have nothing to debate.
All right.
Troy, you got
I'll take him.
17
I'm taking
seconds.
Jarvis. I'll put him on my bench.
Mike J. What Tampa Bay player are you going to take this time, Mike?
He took Tony Pollard.
Did he? So you're taking
but
Tony.
We got a lot of poop
Wait a
in,
minute, hold
the chat
it.
now.
Does that make sense? Because you got your defense going against your running back?
No. So here's a good thing. That is a hell of a question.
I'm just kind of saying.
There are, all right, this is, all right, fantasy education 101 here. There are correlations. So you don't really want to stack a quarterback and a wide receiver unless you're just, they're that good, like a Tyreek and Mahomes. Like we don't know if Thielen or Jefferson's going to get the heavy coverage week in and week out. So if you stack, and Philadelphia, I don't live in Texas. I live up towards Stroudsburg. If you're in Pennsylvania, you know where I'm at. So running back and defense is a good stack. Theoretically, if you've got a really good defense, you're going to run the ball out at the end. You've talked about that before, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, in this case, having Pollard and Buccaneers is a bad stack unless Pollard is the end of the game, pass catching. We're going to save Zeke for next week because we're blown out by 5 touchdowns.
All right. We can unpause it. Let's get this finished so you can get on to your other drafts there, Stu.
We're good. And really for me, Antonio Brown sticks out like a sore thumb.
Oh, hell no. That crazy motherfucker. Oh, hell no. I don't want him just out of personal, just.
I'm not, then that's fine. For me personally, statistically, I think
I don't want no bad mojo
be
on
good.
My team, man.
But if you don't want to do that, that's fine too, because
I would take Jalen Hurts before I would take Antonio Brown.
We don't need Jalen Hurts.
And I wouldn't take Jalen Hurts. Okay, so there you go.
Well, let's not even worry about getting down that far. I would go probably.
We still don't have a tight end.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now. Looking at what's there. If you want, Tyler Higbee would be a good choice with Matt Stafford out there in LA.
He might be a check down Charlie.
But
and good.
There's still a couple of guys that I'd personally look at later. Right here. It's hard to say because I don't want to give it away and not get the second guy on the way back. But
okay, go ahead.
I'm going to go with this kid right here, Trey Sermon, and complete our running back room. He'll be splitting carries with Mostert at the start, but Mostert always gets banged up, and he's a big boy with some burst and wiggle to him. He's going to be a difference maker this season. We're going to pick Sermon here.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Mark, I just wanted to say, did I just make a mistake pointing out where I am to somebody like Philadelphia, or is he not your stalker?
No, he's not. Actually, I think we've made amends with the stalker. I think the stalker actually gave me a super chat the other day. Okay.
Okay, that's a little creepy now.
Yeah. But that's where you take a loss and turn it into a win. DeMarcus Lawrence on COVID issues. It's something we can't control. It's like the weather, he said. It's hot as shit out here, but we still got to come to work. It is what it is. The next man has to step up. We have to keep the show on the road. Thoughts?
Yep.
Nailed it. Reality. You want good starters.
Zeke Elliott.
How many teams have made it to the Super Bowl on depth? You know, I'm not saying you want COVID, but you know, the game's got to go on. You can't expect to just lose because you lost a guard now.
All right, Mark.
We're on the clock. Oh, damn.
Rookie quarterback with Marvin Jones in town. Don't want Washington. I like Mike Williams, but he does get injured. Mike Williams, keep an eye on him. Pass. We're good in the running back room. There's a guy that I really in fantasy, ADP serves as a guideline, but the further you go, the more you just want to take your guy. And for me, I don't like his quarterback, but I love his talent. Michael Pittman Jr. is who I would prefer here.
Did you say pass? Puff. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Puff pass?
Yeah.
I mean, I can virtually.
All right.
I'm thinking he's thinking of the Dutchie.
Pass. So you don't want Michael Pittman?
No, that's fine.
Who would you like, Mark?
You were saying earlier pass, and I was just going to say puff. But yeah, that's fine. Michael Pittman's okay. Zeke Elliott on COVID protocol.
If Wentz can get his head out of his ass, Pittman should have a good year.
Okay. Zeke Elliott trying to show some leadership here. You got to protect yourself. You got to wear your mask. You got to make sure you're going through all the protocols. You got to make sure that you're not putting yourself in any vulnerable situations. Zeke Elliott. And Roz he's holding some artwork there. Okay.
I was going to bring up the draft board, but it's too big for me to. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh, apparently there was a draft going on that I forgot about too.
Okay.
Hey, who gives a shit, right?
What do you think might be better, Williams or Hines out of Indy?
I personally Jamal Williams or Mike Williams? Because I'm looking at two Williams on the board.
Jamal. I'm going to go running back with this pick.
Honestly, flip a coin. Their situations are nearly identical. The only difference that you're going to run into is does Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Swift take a higher rushing share this year? If either or both, then those two guys are going to sit on the bench.
Which one's more likely to see the field more?
Oh, sorry. I was hearing a dog barking, and I'm trying to figure out if it's actually here or into my headphones. If I had to choose, I would take Nyheim Hines, just because the usage has been shown better in Indianapolis. Detroit, I'm never a fan of. Okay,
I have Nyheim on the other team as well, so I think I'll take him.
I mean, that's
Jessica,
not actually ever a reason to do it,
wow.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I picked him right around the same time on Jobu 3. Let's see, where did I take him?
I don't know. I've got to decide what the chef would want me to do here, because what I think I'm about to do in a couple picks is something that maybe he approves of, but sure as hell will be entertaining.
Oh. Where are you going?
Now, here's something else I'm doing in this particular draft is I'm allowing ESPN's ADP to dictate what I do. The grades, believe it or not, the grades come from going against their ADP. So the grades are irrelevant. But by utilizing the ADP, and this is something, Troy, you can learn.
Yeah.
If you use the ADP, Like, I don't have to reach for, somebody that's number 200 overall, because until we get to that point where somebody really wants him, nobody's even thinking about it.
Right.
Right. So in this case, I've been drafting off of the sheet that we're all seeing the same.
Okay.
I don't have a special ADP sheet that I'm using. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, like Stu said, once the season hits, everything's going to change. Philadelphia, nobody said you were a stalker. Nobody.
You're our favorite Philly troll, Philadelphia.
I was asking if you were that guy that somebody had talked about in the past. And no, Mark said you are not that guy. Or gal, which we're really not sure at this point. So the question now becomes, what to do, what to do, what to do. All right, Sheffy. This is just going to be funny as hell. I got to do it.
Go ahead.
It's his own fault, I mean, I understand migraines and they suck, so I'm not blaming him, but it's his own fault he picked me to pick his team. So, just got him as quarterback.
Jalen Hurts is a great pick, though, as much as we want to say he won't be. That rushing upside. Got Devontae.
He's got some legs on him.
You love your boy Rager out there. He's got both tight ends because they decided to keep Hurts. I mean, he's got everything he needs to succeed. He's got.
You're missing it. Steve.
Not great running backs, but 3 solid running backs, 2 at least.
What's the big thing you missed, though?
Here's
the best part. He's got to go cook for Mark when Dallas plays Philly, when Prescott plays Hurts.
Oh, no. You son of a... Do you see what he did there, Mark? Are you paying attention to this guy?
No, I was actually trying to pull up the draft.
Hey, viewers, we want you to pay attention to what we're saying over here, but Mark doesn't want to pay attention to what we're saying.
No, I was trying to pull the draft up over here so I could put it up on the screen so we're not flipping from one to the other. But I can't get. I can't seem to get there.
Do you need me to end the screen share?
Well, not yet because I can't. I'm trying to get there, but it's just like it's thinking. It won't let me check in.
Sorry, Troy. We were the only ones entertained by me bouncing back and forth.
No, that's fine.
Well, the problem that you're running into there is...
It's hard enough for me to keep up with one, and you got 3 that are going on. And I'm kind of like a without blinders on, I lose focus. So
my bad, boss. I can switch over to my phone. Don't worry about it. I got you covered.
But
I'll do those drafts on my phone, Mark. We're good.
No, well, we're almost done. We only have 5 more picks left, and we got 2 of them coming back.
Yeah, it should be 4 more picks.
Yeah, but don't worry about finding it. I'll just leave it right here. Good to go. Those are just shits and giggles leagues. One of them has autographed DK Metcalf frame shirt as the prize. I forget what the other one is.
Did Mike J change his name? No. So we have 2 DC4Ls. What the hell is DC4L?
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys for life. Okay, gotcha. Wow. All right. Well, you go on with your bad selves.
All right, I recouped a little bit. It wasn't a super flex league, so I shouldn't have gone Dak in the first round, but I did, and it worked out. picked up Antonio Gibson, James Robinson, and in the 4th round, snagged myself Amari Cooper for the stack with Dak.
And Jessica, yes, absolutely. They need to stay focused. The focus is going to be the difference. Even beating the Bucks is going to require all of their focus. They need to be tuned in as one team.
So I've got 2 bench spots available. I've already got 1 running back. Should I do another running back? I got 2 wide receivers and a tight end on the bench.
I was looking at our picks. I missed it.
I don't know whether to go running back or tight end on this one.
Let's see what we're looking at for you.
This is
T. Daniels.
Okay, all right.
I'm just mixing.
Okay.
I would recommend you get yourself. You've got plenty of receivers. You've got 2 tight ends already. There's no reason you would need a 3rd one. We've talked about that's a wasted pick. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if you drop Gronk down the road. But you're looking at right now. You have 2 backup running backs and a starter. So you don't actually have 2 starting running backs at this point. I would recommend continuing to build depth there.
Okay.
Now,
not much left there.
If there's a super wide receiver that you want versus, a running back, then that would be fine. But I wouldn't waste your time with tight end, another quarterback, defense, kicker, none of that until you at least get 1 or 2 running backs. If you need to jump in on that, it is pretty ugly out there. So your best bet right now would be number 194 or number 157.
Really? What are we looking at here?
Or number 124 could be viable.
All right. I hear you saying all that. I understand it's the Detroit offense, but with Swift banged up and easily banged up, Jamal Williams is sitting right there.
Swift isn't banged up anymore, so that argument is like we can't use that one right now.
And I know you don't buy into coaches speak with them talking about him being the A-back, but you don't think he'll have just as much of a role
Stephen A. Smith, his butt. I'm trying to understand that. Pause? Is that a pause?
Yeah, we paused it.
No. I was talking about Tony Lee said Stephen A. Smith
I'm really
has his
tempted
butt.
to take Jamal right there. I really am.
Then you know what?
Thomas
Take
Taylor.
Jamal
Thank you
because
very much
you
for
were
that super
flip-flopping
chat there,
between
buddy.
him and Hines earlier. Now you get them both, and you get to see what happens. You don't know what's going to happen yet, so take him because he is there. Why? I was avoiding him because I thought now you weren't taking him. You were talking about going to tight end.
These back 2 or 3 picks for your bench, you're just taking dart throws at guys. You're buying in your head what kind of upside you think might be there, and if you're right, great. If you're wrong, you're going to work the waiver wire and pick up other running backs and wide receivers as the year goes on.
Thomas Taylor.
That's one theory.
Thank you for the super chat. You wanted to apologize to say
welcome to the best day of the year, draft day.
Somebody's got it on.
It's not me.
Is that me?
Oh, look at me.
That might be me because
I think that was you. It was a double echo.
Okay.
I don't know that anybody here could double echo like you can.
Well, yes. Okay. So, does that do it every time you draft?
Pause and unpause.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, I think I'll go Jamal.
I was trying to pull that up so that way I could share the screen.
I like that pick. We'll see, though.
Tony, I apologize.
I remember watching him when he was here at BYU. I think
missed
it was.
that, so maybe I'm better off that I missed that comment. But I appreciate the apology. And we are almost on the clock here. Dun, da, da. And still don't have a tight end. Maybe I could call up Michelle and see if I can get one of hers. Stu?
One of her 2 tight ends?
Yeah.
That's You know what? For somebody who's never drafted before, she did rather well. I mean, I coached her up for drafting from the 7, and she wound up getting the 9th slot. I don't know why or how that changed, but it did, and caused a little bit of problems. But it's overall a decent team, especially for somebody that's never drafted before. We got a good core to build off of, and we're still going to compete in that league.
All right, so we still don't have a kicker.
I know you don't want to go anywhere else but here. So this is why I was talking earlier about not really giving two shits about a tight end, because after you get past Kelsey, Waller, Kittle, Pitts, Hawkinson, I really don't care. But this late in the draft, you can find gold. Gerald Everett in Seattle, him and Russell Wilson apparently have a pretty good connection going on right now. Adam Troutman's banged up in New Orleans, but if you really wanted to, because we're just speculating. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's gone. All right, fine. So somebody got Jarwin.
Jarwin went 1 pick before I wanted him.
That's fine. Then I would definitely say right here with Gerald Everett, and we're good at tight end.
Okay. All right.
Boom. And in the meantime, instead of worrying about picking a tight end that might be a fraction better than Gerald Everett, we stocked up on quality running back and wide receiver depth. And tight end is such a dart throw every year. I mean, all these guys out here, and probably the last 5 or more that got picked before us, they're all week in and week out. They can be heroes and they can kill you.
Okay.
We getting there, folks.
Oh, it's going quick. It's gone quicker than what we did last week.
This one we
Mrs. Jones.
We haven't paused as much, but we have. This is kind of. You really shouldn't take 2 hours to draft normally.
Right, but this isn't straight draft either. We're also talking and working our way through, having fun.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So we've been pausing it and talking through things.
All right.
Boy, oh boy.
Might feel quicker, I guess, but I guess that depends on which side you're on. Man, I'm looking at all these quarterbacks right now, and I'm just thinking, oh, I'd love to have them, but who needs anybody when you have Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, exactly. Because he's not going to get. It's kind of like Rashid saying, "Why do we draft a wide receiver?" Because it's not like we
don't need a wide receiver.
Because it's not like we got a quarterback that can get him the ball.
What the hell are we drafting a wide receiver for?
To state the obvious, I like that Ramondre Stevenson pick right after Hurts there.
Oh, Matty Ice just came off the board.
Oh, we on the clock, Mark. We on the clock. What are we gonna do?
Don't have a defensive kicker, and we got 2 swing spots.
Yeah, we got running back or wide receiver left. And bam. Well, all right. He is there.
Oh.
Last week we drafted J.K. Dobbins, and he went down. And on that show, Roz pointed out, go out and get Tyson Williams now.
Okay.
They do have Gus Edwards, but this guy could have been a first-round talent had he not been hurt.
Okay.
And he's the type of guy here you take that swing on. If he does kind of take some of that Dobbins work, or if Gus gets hurt, it should be fun.
All right, cool beans.
And at this point in the draft, go get your guy. ADP can only get you so far.
I would not necessarily always trust what you see on TikTok. I mean, unless I'm telling you.
Are you saying that the internet is not truthful?
Well, I mean, if you're following me on TikTok, then yes. believe it, because I'll tell you if it's not true. But
you know what?
I'm saying other people.
You just
follow
you just
me
destroyed
and
me
follow
on
the
that.
others.
You're telling me that the internet is not real? I'm gonna have to drink on that one.
Yay! My wide receiver's still there. I'm going to pair him up with Mr. Chenault. I'm going to take Shark.
Yeah,
I'm actually shocked he was still there.
I'm usually I'm usually all over Chark, but that's kind of why I stayed away from him here.
What the hell?
I'll pair him up with his partner there, Laviska.
Okay. We got 3 spots left to rock this funk.
That was a solid pick, Troy.
From the junk.
To be honest with you, I think I'm going to dump Gronk in week 1. I mean, after week 1.
You can dump him after the draft.
Okay.
What a claim, man.
See, and again, this goes back to my whole problem with fantasy football. The fact that we're picking up guys from Tampa Bay. We're hoping that guys on Tampa Bay are going to do good. Sorry. It's something so dramatically wrong with that.
Yeah, I was talking to my son, and it auto-picked Gronk for me.
That was your boy Mike J that picked the Tampa Bay defense. That wasn't us.
Yeah, see, Mark, you can actually look at it the way you just said it, or you could take what Stu said and spin it the way we think of it in the fantasy world. Okay? You want the Bucs defense to score points for you to win. We don't care if they win the game. Now, unfortunately, at defensive special teams, you kind of need them to win the game. But it can happen even if you don't. You know,
I hear what you're saying.
Demolished.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not going to draft Tom Brady. Like, you have to make me draft Tom Brady because I'm not rooting for his ass ever. I don't hate him. I'm just not a fan. Okay. You know, so there are instances where your personal bias does get in the way, and it's up to you to decide how you want to handle that.
Okay. All right, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm about to do something that I find entertaining that also makes me sick to my stomach. But the reality is I know that I'm not drafting my team here. I'm drafting for the chef. And so I will do things that I would normally, go take a shower and bleach.
And that is what?
Well, it's not my pick yet. I don't want to. I don't want to telegraph.
You don't want to spill the beans?
There's some sharp people in this draft room. I've seen them take some players that, this draft has actually been a little bit more challenging outside of those first 2 rounds.
Okay.
Because people are actually making good selections throughout the entire draft.
Team Burrell, Stafford, McCaffrey, Gibson, Ridley, who was that? Deontay Johnson, Goddard, Cooper Kupp, Damian Harris, Devontae Smith, Michael Carter, Marvin Jones Jr., Hunter Henry, and Austin Hooper. Again, with 3 tight ends. Dump 2 of those, at least one of those. You don't need, if you believe in Goddard, you only need to replace Goddard 1 week.
Okay.
Unless that tight end is flexible. It doesn't have to be a premium if your tight end is actually outscoring wide receivers. I'm not going to put in a number 3 wide receiver ahead of a number 1 tight end because top 12 tight ends still score comparable points.
But it's very abnormal to have 2 tight ends that are of that caliber where you'd be starting one of the fights. Doesn't happen that often.
Matchups. That's what that would end up being.
Yeah.
What
I like to do with that is roster a running back or a wide receiver that I think might take off. And if I'm right, great. If not, then I look what's around the following week, or I'll give it a week or two to kind of
right. And I'm the type that I won't take a 0. I don't care if he could get 30 points. If he's going to get a 0, he's not in my lineup.
I heard that.
There's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that play ceiling plays, and that's okay. I'm not one of them. I'm going to go for the ceiling, but I'm not going to sacrifice my roster to get there. And that's just how I play. Everybody has a style, you know. Prime example, what I'm about to do right here is a stack, and it's a stack that I believe in. Do I like it? No. But I just picked up Ertz as a backup tight end. Normally I would never do that. In this case, Fant is questionable, and if there's anything wrong with Fant to start the season, I've got a Ertz stack. Hurts the Ertz. Well, and I say I do, but really the chef does. You know, let's be honest. It's not my team. The hell do I give a shit?
Mark Hilton said CeeDee Lamb is considered number 1 in fantasy football.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've been telling you that since we started talking about fantasy.
No, he's not actually. But it depends on who you look at. A number 1 in fantasy is a top 12. You have to be top 12 to be number 1.
He has to prove to Roz he can be there before Roz will believe that he's there.
Okay.
Let's see. How about number 19 by Football Diehards? Or, you know, I'll pull out some other ranking lists, but he's not a top 12 by the fantasy industry at this time.
I believe he will be, but he hasn't been yet. So Roz is correct. He's a high-end wide receiver 2, but he has top 5 to 10 potential to me, which Roz will poo-poo on because bah humbug on any.
The bottom line is there's only 12 wide receiver 1s.
Okay.
I don't care how well you do on your team. I don't care if you've got a 50% target share. There's only 12 guys that are number 1 in the league by fantasy football, you know, rankings.
Is that because there's 12 team leagues?
Right. So if you're in a 16-team league, the wide receiver 1 would be the top 16.
Gotcha.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So with 12 being the standard league size, the most common league size, not standard, it's the most common. All statistics and analytics are built on a 12, 24, 36 ranking.
If it's a 12-person league, so to speak.
Well,
right.
The analytics are always built on the 12s, top 12, top 24, top 36. Okay. And then we adjust based on the league.
Yeah.
But initially, when the analysis are all being done, they're all being done on a 12 set. So you got 1s, 2s, and 3s. So, you know, when I say statistics, you know, if I say DJ Moore this year is going to, you know, is my prediction to be the one guy to break into the top 12, that actually has nothing to do with the league size because I'm just talking strictly top 12.
Okay.
Now, based on your league, that's when you can argue, I'm in a league with 96 teams. So CeeDee Lamb, by all means, is a wide receiver 1 when there's 96 teams. You know, I mean, there's 96 guys. Well, actually, that's not true. What's 96 divided by 4? That would be 16. So there's 16 wide receiver 1s in that because there's a 4-copy league.
16
bottom line
4 is 64.
28.
Yeah.
Bottom line is a wide receiver 1 in fantasy is not the same thing as a wide receiver 1 in the NFL. Right? Wide receiver 1 in the NFL would be the top 32 because there's one theoretically on every team is the number 1 receiver. Could CeeDee Lamb be better than Amari Cooper and be the number 1, the alpha? Then yes. I can't make a statement one way or the other. I think Cooper will be the alpha, but he's been the alpha. So is his time done? I don't know.
It's not about his time being done as much as it's more of a 1A, 1B situation.
Right, but you still, what's a 1B? A 1B is a 1B.
CeeDee Lamb has the upside because Cooper's doing the dirty work. And we forget to talk about that sometimes when we're talking about, well, we can get rid of Coop and save $20 million, which is a possibility. But CeeDee Lamb, even without Coop, has the talent and ability to be that 1A if something were to happen to Coop. But right now, Coop gets dirty work done and makes life easier for Lamb and Gallup. And because life is easier for Lamb, Lamb has the more upside because Lamb has the hops, because Lamb's a freak, because Lamb's going to be running all over the field. And he's just, it's his year to come out. And it's nothing about Amari Cooper fading. Coop's going to be great, but CeeDee has the higher ceiling.
There's only one alpha. I don't care what team you're on. No two players on a single team have ever scored the exact same number of yards, receptions, and or touchdowns, which means there's always one alpha. So I don't really care if you're a 1A, 1B. One is still an alpha is what bottom line is. Every
Jesus, potato, tomato. They're both going to have good years, but I believe in CD more. You believe in Cooper more.
I still cannot believe this team's defense is on.
And we're blessed as Cowboys fans to have them both. Oh, and Michael Gallup, and Blake Jarwin, and Dalton Schultz, and Zeke.
Yeah, as long as your hooker situation doesn't keep
that joke's getting old, man. Yeah, it's getting as old as Philadelphia.
Really,
is.
because you just lost another dude.
The whole hooker.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out.
Who now?
Are you talking about Philadelphia people?
I'm talking. Now you just lost Zack. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the hooker. Nothing to do with the hooker.
Do we know that? We know that he had symptoms and lost his taste.
Remember, I'm the motherfucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me the respect that I gave your brother, or we're gonna have a problem.
But we do know that he had symptoms.
The situation requires is a whole lot more, and you shut your motherfucking ass up.
When did he get sick? That's all I'm asking.
Asshole.
He didn't get sick.
You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do?
He was already sick. When was he with the hooker? That's all I'm throwing out there.
Does he come with a mute button, boss?
Enough is enough. I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Everybody stop in.
I think I just got called a snake. Is that what that was?
Sounded like it to me, Ross.
Yeah. All right. So
we coming up with our last bench.
Are you not
here,
entertained?
But you know that is. Let's be realistic.
Yes.
All arguments aside, the reality is, we may see guys take over alpha roles on teams this year.
Okay.
Just because they're available. Like, we don't know yet that, we're under the assumption everybody's going to play the whole year. We know that won't happen.
I know that won't happen.
Yeah, nobody ever does.
There's more of a chance that they won't play all year, and you've got to plan accordingly. And herein lies the problem with the Dallas Cowboys most years is the Cowboys roster is usually very top-heavy with a lot of talent and Pro Bowlers, but once you lose those guys, when you go from Tyron Smith to a Chaz Green, you're fucked. You're fucked. And see, that's what New England has always done that's been great is they recognize that, and that's why they use players. They use like 30 to 35 guys in their rosters. So if I lose one guy, yeah, it hurts, but it's not a death sentence like it's been for the Cowboys. All right.
What round did Greg the Leg go in?
I don't know, but we on our last position pick, Mark. And I was thinking one thing, but then I saw this right here. No, not T.Y. Where'd he go? Rashad Bateman, the first-round wide receiver out in Baltimore. He's hurt right now. He's on the IR. Clearly says IR right here.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm going to draft him because we're going to pick him up. We don't need him till he comes back. And as soon as the draft's over, I can move him to one of our 4 IR spots and go pick somebody else to fill a spot.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going to go.
All right.
And then when he comes back, we will have to make a decision who to drop so that we can activate him. But we don't have to worry about it until he comes back.
Rashad Bateman.
Okay. We still don't have a kicker or a defense.
Yep, our last 2 picks, we will.
Yeah, see, I went ahead and already got my D. But that's because I see some weirdness coming.
Pause.
Who'd you get, Roz?
Pause.
I have a good feeling I know who Ross be getting because
I don't know. The boss said pause, and just a minute ago he told me to respect him being a boss. You know.
No, you said you got your D. So I said pause. Okay.
Anyways,
who'd you get on your D?
I got New England this time.
That's
nice.
Solid.
I know they weren't there last week when you went to draft them.
Yeah, understand too, Troy. This is something that I'm doing for the chef that I may not do, or maybe my draft strategy didn't work in the past for.
Right.
But I took Jalen Hurts. I took the Patriots defense. I took Zach Ertz, Ramondre Stevenson. And I also took a few different Broncos and A.J. Dillon because they are all week 11, 13, and 14 bye weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which means between now and then, if they're not producing, they can go bye-bye, and his starting lineup is not affected.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, so this is a side thing that I was just doing when I was looking at how the board was falling out.
Yeah.
Definitely did not plan it. Matter of fact, Harris, Barkley, Allen, and Robinson were his first 4 picks. Their bye weeks are 7-10, 7-10. So, like, right away I knew I had to fix that.
Yeah.
Mark on the clock.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, we saw it pause.
Need a kicker.
This
or
is pretty
pausing it.
Pretty easy right here.
Okay.
Cowboys have a hooker. We're about to have a young ho.
Okay.
Not how you say his name, but it's how it's spelled. Young ho.
Yeah, I think you pronounced it right, Young Ho.
Okay. And they're still going after Philadelphia.
We just need a defense.
All right.
I'm surprised he was still sitting out there. One of the more reliable kickers out there. I'm so used to drafting leagues without defenses and kickers.
And look at that. My kicker is on the board still. I love it. I love it. I love it because he can nail it.
Yeah. Daniels,
yeah.
You're not supposed to really get that excited about kickers.
Hey.
I mean, I'm just...
If this guy can kick it from a mile away in the Mile High City, he's my kicker.
I heard that. 3 points.
Well,
okay.
Depending upon how many he has to kick, right?
Well, yeah, there is always that. Now, nothing personal either, but I'm going to be rooting against you because I have Fant and Javonte, and I need their touchdowns, which means I'm rooting for you to hit extra points, not field goals, which means I got the touchdown.
Yeah, well.
So see how that works? See how that works out?
They just need a quarterback for them to throw to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they haven't locked that in yet.
And
see what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
See what I did there?
I saw that. Yeah, I think he's going to be kicking more field goals than extra points this year. But that's just me.
What is all the stop signs with Philadelphia there? What did I miss?
I think that was somebody basically telling Philadelphia to stop.
Yeah, DMS.
gotcha.
DMS was telling Philadelphia to stop.
Gravino, I wish I could agree with you, but I don't do the hype. I do scouting, both film and analytics. So Javonte was my number one. Will stay my number one. You know, I don't know what else to say. He is being hyped, but overhyped. I don't know if you can overhype a guy that might start week 1. If he doesn't start week 1, then yes, he's overhyped by not taking the starting job. Yeah.
But in your heart of hearts, you know Javonte's taking that job out of Gordon's hands at some point this season.
Oh, look, Gordon's already worried. Let's be real. He went out hurt before the final preseason, then turned around and had to play in the last preseason game to showcase that the job should be his. Javonte sat, and there was nothing wrong with it. That's usually starter treatment.
Yep. And you were on him early too. I remember the rookie drafts we were doing for some of the dynasties. He was one of your favorite picks. You turned me on to him. I've been snatching him up ever since. Every league that I'm in, plucking him away in the 6th round typically, is where he's been going off the boards.
And Gordon is still, yes. Gravino says Gordon's still a good running back. He's still a running back. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with good is that we're rating good based on the amount of volume he received. Last year, he was running the piss out of the ball because they were done with Lindsey. He wasn't seeing the field. Now, prior to that, Gordon was average at best when he was splitting time with Lindsey. So you got an undrafted free agent versus a first-round draft pick, and the undrafted free agent was already taking time away from Melvin Gordon. What do you think's going to happen now? I mean, it's the way the NFL works. Whether I'm right or wrong on how he plays fantasy, the reality is the NFL, they drafted him first round, and a UDFA was getting playing time
right
previously.
Okay.
Didn't Lindsey get shipped off to like Houston?
Lindsey's now in Houston. Yeah, no, I was just because Gravino is right. Okay, Melvin Gordon is still a good running back by NFL standards because he can still play the game. You know, I don't want to just say that Javonte is going to step on him and leave him in the dust, but I mean, it is definitely a changing of the guard, and not just Javonte. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We got Javonte. Believe it or not, Travis Etienne and James Robinson between the two of them. Najee Harris. I mean, we're seeing a changing of the guard across the entire NFL.
Okay.
You know, guys get old. Time moves on. We have to adjust with it.
Well, the reality is football continues to go on, and players always get left behind.
Yep. Right. And, you know, because I'm trying to keep up with the chat now that we have, like, nothing really going on the draft side of the house. And, you know, Gravino's making a lot of good points. He just said rookie running backs don't usually take a lot of carries till later. And that depends because most rookie running backs that you see come in, your Jonathan Taylors, DeAndre Swifts, J.K. Dobbins, those are all second-round picks. They're coming in with an established starter ahead of them. Melvin Gordon is not really that. And while Denver is old school, Denver traded up to make sure Miami couldn't have Javonte. Like, don't forget this. You can't forget how that matters.
Yeah.
Because that's a multi-year event that they just did.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I just because I'm not I don't want him to think I'm arguing because I know my voice is weird. So he's making a lot of good points. I just want to make sure that we're clear why I prefer Javonte over Melvin. That's all. Apparently people think I'm.
You know, I think looking so far at what I've got from that 6th position, snaking around, I think I did pretty good today.
I like being in the middle because you kind of get the meat of every round.
Yep.
You may not get the absolute best, but you don't. There's disparity when you're on the ends. Right there in the middle is comfortable.
Okay.
Man, I wish I knew what the chef wanted here. You guys go ahead. I'm just browsing.
I was just, you know, sitting at 4 last week. I was like, oh, yeah, wow. Now I can maybe finally have my chance at Dak Prescott until Mark took him. But I was like, yeah, I mean, Holmes was there sitting at number 4, and I could have gone, you know, Aaron Rodgers, but I was like, God, Mahomes sitting there at 4, might as well. And then not drafting again until like later at the end of round 2. It's like, okay, now what do I want to do at this point? You know, it's okay to have that time to think, But as you're seeing your players that you want go off the board, it's like
Pemberton Shoguns, damn it. I was hiding the Saints defense on the screen on purpose. Sorry, Mark.
Okay.
I was hoping I could pull the trigger on Demario Davis for you, but
okay.
The chef is done drafting.
Pemberton Shoguns took that out of our hands. So.
All right.
Well, you still got that Cleveland D.
Troy Daniels.
What
Shut
can I
your
do?
mouth, son.
You got that Giants D. Looking pretty good.
That's great. They're in my queue right now.
There you go.
Or the Giants play week 1.
Our sheep's got a gun to my head over here on the side.
They're playing Denver. Man, you're nuts. Denver's going to kill them.
Well, you could go with the Eagles, D. I mean, good golly.
You know what? I have a lot of faith in the Jets this year.
I think they'll improve on their, 3
offense will get a little bit better by default. First round draft pick at quarterback.
Yeah.
Doesn't believe in Michael Carter, but they've got competent running back room.
I just took Ty Johnson. You're welcome.
And I think they still have Crowder, don't they?
Crowder is COVID list right now, but they got Elijah Moore, they got Denzel Mims, they got Corey Davis, who they paid a lot of money. Former 5th overall pick, was the wide receiver 2 in Tennessee with A.J. Brown out there.
Yeah.
They got talent on offense. At least they got something building. They got Adam Gase out of the building, more important than anything else, and Salah coming in. I'm just messing around with defense that I absolutely will not pick right now. But one of my friends, Antonio, he's a Jets fan, and for him, I'm glad that they at least have a little glimmer of hope, something to look forward to as far as not being the bottom of the bottom.
Oh, they're gonna get a good draft pick. They're gonna get a running back next year. All that crap we're talking about right now won't matter.
They'll have
Zack Wilson. They'll have Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, and a new running back.
I just hope they don't do what they did over with, what's his name? Oh, Mr. Baker Mayfield. I mean, God, you've got to give, the coordinator time and the QB time to gel. Without that, it's virtually impossible, and then then the quarterback has no confidence in themselves. So
I think they got a good coaching staff. I don't think that's going to be.
I think they do. Isn't it Salah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him out of San Francisco. Wow, that is a steal and a half. That is a steal and a half.
If y'all need to pause it on the very end, then there is nothing I can do to help you draft any further.
Well, don't
not
pause. Yeah, you don't need to pause it. I mean, we're down the home stretch here, and I'm gonna have to get out.
Final pick coming up.
Yeah, Mark, congrats! You made it past 6 o'clock on a draft.
Huh? I made it past 6 o'clock. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we're coming up on 3 hours?
No, we started at 3:30. Coming up on 2 hours.
It's 2.5 hours coming up on 3.
You know what? I think we need to pause this one.
We
for
started
a minute.
at 3:30.
45 minutes.
3:30.
I'm really not sure about this. No.
We have been on for. I can tell you exactly.
It
has been 2 hours.
I know
43
exactly.
Minutes. Damn.
I think with.
Oh, I'm sitting here looking at your screen. Jeez. Yeah, I'm sitting looking at your 5:14. I'm like, it's only 5:14. Yeah, I actually have a house with some people here that I've got to actually cook for. So once we get this finished, I've got to exit on out of here. Damn, I'm sitting here thinking that it's 5:15, not 6:15. Damn.
Who are you going with, Troy?
I'm excited because he's still there, because I think Devontae Adams in Green Bay is going to get a little bit more coverage then. And I know Green Bay just got him back from Houston. I'm taking Randall.
Taking a shot at Aaron Rodgers saying "fuck you" to the coaching staff and throwing to Randall Cobb, his old buddy.
Randall and him, when they were together, boy, that's why Dallas picked him up in a heartbeat when he was.
Not the last 3 years he was there. He was not great. They moved on because his numbers were terrible.
I know they were terrible once they got there because of.
Yeah, but you can easily see the narrative in your head that Aaron made him bring Cobb back, and just to be an arrogant Aaron, he's gonna make sure his old buddy gets the catches in your head. That's what I'm gonna believe right now.
It doesn't matter how the team plays; they're getting paid.
Yeah,
he just got his boy to come back to Green Bay so they could hang out with Devontae Adams, get paid. It has nothing to do with winning a title.
I think actually, I think actually it's him trying to burn up Green Bay.
Yeah,
what defense,
wasting money.
boss?
Mm-hmm. What
Mark.
defense? Oh shit!
Pick your defense, and we done with ours.
Shit. Browns.
Browns are interesting.
Of course. Yeah. Browns. I was thinking about the Bears, but let's take the Browns.
Yeah, the Bears was what I had on my mind too. I just said the Browns are interesting. I was checking to see who they play week 1.
Pittsburgh. Jets, Giants, Baltimore. They'll feast versus the second.
Oh no,
third week.
that's last year.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. You want Chicago?
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Done. And that's a wrap, folks. We wound up with Dak Prescott, James Robinson, Chris Carson, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Gerald Everett, Mike Davis, Bears defense, Young-Ho Koo, Jamar Chase, Darrell Henderson, Michael Thomas, Trey Sermon, Michael Pittman, Tyson Williams, and Rashad Bateman.
Okay.
That's a good draft.
All right.
Roz, you want to?
No.
No. Well, I'll break down Troy since he's on here.
Well, I actually got to go, guys.
Okay, that's fine.
We weren't doing it.
Well, if you guys are going to do it without me.
Go enjoy time with the folks you got over.
Yeah.
And everybody have a good Labor Day weekend.
We can go over to Discord.
They're literally standing at the top of the deck looking for me to cook. So
tell your wife it's my fault and I said hi and happy Labor Day weekend.
Okay. All right. So we'll have a
take care.
What we'll do is we'll recap the teams and stuff when we do our Wednesday thing. How about that?
Oh, how about Jobu 5? Did he get filled up?
No. Well, we'll figure that one out later. But
I'll drop the link for Jobu 5 in Discord right now. First come, first serve.
Okay.
But the Wednesday, win or lose, pick 'em. What time, Mark?
It'll be
8:30?
well. It's probably going to be more of when Stu is available. So probably like 8 on Wednesday.
All right.
All right. So, everybody who's still here, I appreciate everybody being here. With that being said, we're going to do it live.
For us today, and we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Thing sucks. 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow.